So as long as I put those things in every time and schedule a meeting, it should be fine, right?
It should be. Yeah, it should be.
All right. I just schedule and do all that shit in advance and just pop up with fucking Zoom and then just do it that way.
Yeah, that's usually what I do. That's usually what I do. I try not to get too fancy with it because it starts getting complicated if you
So as
start
long
doing
as
too
I
many
put
things
those
at a
things
time.
in, all right, it looked like it worked. So cool,
Oh,
man.
it worked.
Yeah, it did work. It went straight in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in now. It's working now. So
All right, cool.
all right, man. So I get this done so that way we can
All right.
all right, cool. All right, thanks, Mike. Oh, you have an answer, man.
All right.
All right, bye. Hey, how's it going? It's Manitar here. I'm testing out some settings here, so we're gonna sit here and wait a second so that way we can get this stuff worked out. Yeah, but so far this stuff is working pretty well. I just tested it. I might as well just go ahead and start the show, man. Who the fuck? All right, man. We'll just go at 10:15. Everybody take 15, and we get this shit started. Thanks for coming through, though. Let me play some music while we waiting. Yeah, I know. That's what the whole stream is about. BMT.
based on what I touch. Liaisons with great ones, play baseball with that drum. 8 balls my hunch, take y'all on that hunt. 8 ball, my fake call, the hole in the sun. Make me move a reason, all move a reason. Please stand my ground and don't run. Make me dance around what I done. Make my bank count. My son gave me extra scenery, ecstasy in me, take control of my tongue. Sticks and stones in the garbage, buddy, we never be finished. Cops after my name, but I don't even speak English. It's just because of my pigment, it's because of the way that I walk. In and out back in the country, hungry since I've been back in New York. Turn a hater to a fan, abracadabra, alakazam. I made a promise, I made a plan, I cannot break it, I'm the hand. I wrote this verse for a couple of bands, pandemic, anthemic demands, anesthetic, athletic command, magnetic, black kinetic slang. 8 balls my hunch, based on what I love. Liaisons with great ones, play baseball with that drum. 8 balls my hunch, take y'all on that hunt. 8 ball my fake call, my 8 balls my one. It epitome like a hole in the sun. Make me move a reason, all move a reason. Please stand my ground and don't run. Make me dance around what I done. Make my bank count, my son. Give me extra scenery, ecstasy in me, take control of my tongue. I've been around for a century, I've been around for it all. You was a lock in that case when you what I saw, blood, sweat, tears all on my face. Roughneck kid up in the place, open the page, focus the rage, channel my energy, throw it away. 13, I was doing graffiti. You might have seen it, but you didn't see me. I disappear like Harry Houdini, and reappear through the Kundalini. I make the beat that I'm going to work. I hit the street like I hit the earth. Support the team and go cop the merch. Champion, go buy you a shirt.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I was just playing some free music. Let's see what's going on with this shit.
I don't need no one to say.
Yeah, I don't like that shit. All right, man. So we might as well get started while we're already here. So was gonna start, but I'm not gonna wait. All right, I want to thank everybody for coming through. And the man tomorrow here. Thanks for like, share, comment, and subscribing to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about this new term that's coming around called high value man. Listen, you know me, I don't have any respect at all, period, for anybody who's a dating coach within this space. I've never had any respect for any of this type of people. I think they're not men. I think they've sold out the same women that they're not even proving that they're actually dealing with within this space. You have to realize that since there are so many huckster and hustle class dudes around here, that you're always going to run into this problem when people don't want to get a legitimate means of work. They turn into parasites within the environment, and they think that they have to actually that they are socially obligated to make as much money as possible, even if they have to damage and destroy every single person who they're possibly are actual coming in contact with. You have to realize that these people are not known within their cities. They can't go anywhere within their cities. Because when you're full of shit, you have to build this impenetrable bubble that you have to maintain with silence. And the only people who you can let within this bubble are people who are similarly on the same type of bullshit. So you have to recognize, we're not talking about professional athletes who turn to dating coaches. We're not talking about that. We're talking about dudes who failed out of other places in life who decided to pick this shit up. The first thing I go into is the actual track record of this shit. We know through Metasphere 2.0 is how these people got here in the first place. You have the first iteration of this with the nice guys and players guy, the cylinder shaped garbage can guy who is out here talking about body game and actual select and non-select male. So you have to realize manhood already had a standard. It was called being accomplished within the work environment. So when you have failed class men who failed out of other areas in life try to come back to the internet for their second childhood, that's what this is the type of stuff you have. You have turf flinging monkey and like Sandman. Like there's a difference between raising the awareness value of things that are going on within the environment so that way you don't get caught up in this stuff. But then you have the people who act like they have had this stuff figured out and now they're having you try out all these things that they're actually claiming work within the environment. Now they may or may not work because you're trying versus not trying, right? But at the end of the day, this stuff is going to net you a loss. Because here's the thing. These people can't manage you down this road because they're not in that road. So you have to realize that while you're sitting here thinking that following these particular people is actually going to get you something, they're doing nothing but passing along the same type of information that they heard from someone. Because none of this stuff is patented. The ideas are not really actual. There's nothing that certifies anything that they got. Like, you have to realize that you can't come out giving information on a particular product unless you're insured, because you're trying to solve a psychological issue or a sociological issue within an environment with people who are not licensed. Now, Ramil Amir, he made a good point about people do all types of consulting. Yes, they do. But when your level of consulting kind of rubs up against or alongside of American Psychological Association or actually American Medical Association, actual things that are practiced within the same environment, that's when it becomes a problem. Because psychics went through this same actual deal too, years ago. This is why when you go to one of these palm reader people or one of these psychics on the side of the road, I still see the boxes in like small towns. You'll see that it's somewhere posted that this is for entertainment purposes only. You know, that's how you protect yourself from legal liability when you're actually doing things like this within the environment, especially when you're doing it for profit. So you have to realize that when you're not saying, and when people go out and practice this stuff, that brings a level of liability back onto the individual who's actually teaching this stuff. Like, this isn't covered under free speech, by the way. Because you have to be somewhat responsible for the information that you put out. And if things go wrong, what happens? Let's say you tried this stuff and your ass get Me Too. Who do you go to for help and assistance? Who comes to you as a character witness? Because this isn't hard. It's very easy. But it's just that these people within this environment, their issues are not going to be solved or resolved with access to sex. These people's issues are going to be solved and resolved by access to resources and engaging in better marketplaces. Because that's how I realized it. Unwittingly, that's how I figured it out. I was already doing all the right things, but it kind of worked out for me because without knowing I was doing the right thing, I actually had a proper result because I was doing the right thing. I actually left the South where there was a ton of men versus a very little smattering of women. I went to a different marketplace where there was a hell of a lot more higher value looking women on average versus the pounders that I grew up with. And then from that environment, I went over to a country who actually liked, loved, and actually respected men where I actually went. So I went from going to one place to another while witnessing all the stuff that I witnessed within one environment. So you have to realize it is a change of environment that's going to get you better results, not really practicing things of people who are not quote unquote high value. Within any environment. Let's say that you're at work and you're a highly effective guy at work. At work because of what girl you're dating. That's not how that works. Your value and worth within any type of society in life is based on. If you're on an Olympic team, it's based on your accomplishments in whatever sport that you're actually performing on the actual field. That's what makes you a high value person on that team, whether man or woman. So you have to recognize when you're actually talking about these things of high value, these things actually have, and they actually have a use. But when you leave something or the discussion around high value men over, except people who are lost, now we're starting to get this thing kind of in the weeds. And some people in this space do look at me as a hater of some sort. Am I hating on? I have all the accomplishments and the money and all that kind of stuff. I don't put it in people's faces because I don't think it matters all that much. Because see, when I come to an environment, I'm trying to bring value to it. I'm not trying to come to an environment to take value from it and not really care about the results of what happens to people when they're actually in it. So you guys have to realize that actual value in a work environment is upon value first. So when you get the people who are not productive and they're nothing but parasites in the environment, they're doing two things here. They're waving the idea of a high value man in front of women who've done nothing but destroy their actual value within the society and in the environment. Because most of these people, they actually need a high value man right now. No thanks to all the things that they've abused within the society and the environment. They actually need that high value man. So when these women are getting this type of information on how to correct their situation, who do you think these women end up with at the end of the day? If not the same men who they're actually teaching game to. So they actually are standing in the middle and they're playing both sides. They're standing in the middle while not being a high value anything. trying to give women the quote unquote inside track on how to fix their situation. So that way they can give it to the guys who they're teaching game on the other side of the situation. And these are the type of things you have going on within the environment. What's going on, Super Trish? So you have to recognize that unaccomplished men cannot talk about high value men. The relationship industry or dating coaches or hucksters cannot talk about high value men. Oil salesmen that actually don't really care about the outcomes of things within the environment. The high value man is just another smoke and mirrors type of situation that they're trying to sell to two sides of a coin within the environment who don't have any choice. But see, as a man, your job is not to get chosen by a woman with no value. That's the actual real con job here. Your job as a man is to maximize your own happiness for self without being food for women within the same environment. This is a very feminist society that we live in. So if you're feeding yourself to actual women within this environment, they're actually getting a better deal here. And this is why the high value man becomes the high value target or higher value target. Hold on a second. So you have to recognize that they're creating targets for strafing runs by these women in the environment. Just like how they gave you this paltry information on how to get laid within the environment without the actual caring of what happened beyond that. You have to realize that you need to take a really nice eye to these people within this environment who's coming up with these terms. They're out of material. Because what normally happens when you're full of shit, you run out of material very fast if everybody's practicing the same con within the same environment. So you have to realize high value man equal high value target. You're supposed to be working for your own betterment in society. You're not working to be an actual high value target to people who don't care about you. So you have to realize, like most of these women in this space are looking for turn-up truck bros. You know, a guy who just fell off the turnip truck, so that way they can just pick him up and just run into the end zone. Because they don't have the type of value to attract a man anywhere else in life. What's going on, Zach? So when these people who are obviously not high value men in their own right, because they don't represent any type of career field, starts talking about high value men, you have to realize what's going on within this circumstance. You got to be certain that you're not being set up for anybody's failure within the environment. Because for some reason, since we don't have any core values as black men and we allow anything to happen within the environment as long as money can be made up off of it, Because see, you have to realize if nobody's trying to correct the record within the environment, they become the sole voice for people within the environment. Because these people came to the manosphere, manosphere 2.0. This is where the actual concept came from. That they was going to monetize no matter what. They didn't care about what type of people that they brought in. And pretty sure when you don't have standards for people who you let within this space, you pretty soon get overrun by those people who you should have left behind employment outside of parasiting off the environment. You're supposed to be high value to yourself with equity. Me, I spend a lot of time on the road. I probably get 30, 40 hours of work done, equivalency a day across all the products and all the projects that I'm across within an entire day simultaneously. And I'm very happy with that. Because at the end of the day, the high value that I bring is for my own benefit. You have to realize that a lot of people are being emotionally sabotaged into thinking that they're going to give up on individual effort unless they can produce for a group benefit. And I'm telling you, these are not things that you should be engaged in within the environment. You have to believe in individual effort and incremental progress and not making dumbass mistakes and sending your ass back in environments that you are not supposed to be in order to keep the gains that you make in life. Because these shortcut bros are going to come up everywhere and tell you about how you can get something without putting in the proper work or the proper level of investment. Because that's their job, to sell a dream like you don't need to be well accomplished out here unless you're actually showing it off or giving it away to somebody. If you notice, we're not talking about a high value woman within this environment. You want to know why that is? Because this culture don't create high value women. It may create high value looking women, but it don't create high value acting women. This is why women are drawn to image and men are drawn to substance. You as a man are supposed to judge substance. You as a man is not supposed to be involved with image. Anybody can create deception and smokes and mirrors with image. Men are supposed to operate off substance. That's the way that goes. And if you do not put forth the proper work simultaneously with the proper level of time investment when it comes to particulars of what you're dealing with, you are going to fail. You're going to get ate up by the same people who you should have left behind in the first place. This stuff is not hard. It's a process. Just like letting yourself being thought that picking up one of these ran throughs is somehow going to give you a level of accomplishment within this environment. You see, you have to understand that when you let yourself get chose by nothing, you become nothing. You become the object of nothing. So when people tell you within this environment, I don't have a problem getting a bitch, Of course, you don't have a problem getting a bitch. Are you mean to tell me that you're going to brag on the simple fact that you don't have a problem getting somebody that doesn't have any type of value within the environment? Are you mean to tell me that you brag on something like that within the environment? See, these are the same people who want their second childhood around everybody else within the environment. Today, or a little while ago today. So you have to recognize that within this environment, you can't listen to tell you what you're going to do with your good track record. How are you supposed to listen to people who don't have a verification of their end goal tell you what to do with your gains within an environment? You have to realize that I really didn't say anything about this stuff until I seen one of my nephews start picking up this shit and trying to try it within his own life. And I had to look through the shit that he was actually looking at to see where he was getting some of this stuff from. This is why this is such a problem. Like, you don't have Chinese men or Jewish men or Indian men try to find a way for their low value women to keep having high value access within the environment. So, this is what I'm saying. Your job is to make sure that these people die off. Your job is to make sure that these people don't parasite off of anybody else within the environment. Because chances are they had a hand in breaking these people. And since you didn't have any hand in breaking these people, you shouldn't have a hand in trying to fix or even accept these people because they had their chance. And you're going to spend your chance putting yourself in better environments for better results. Because those people can't speak from that level of accomplishment. I can. The moment I put myself in better environments with my better self, I got better results. What's going on, game changer? Modern day brother, do you think black men even know what a high value is? Are dating coaches even needed in the black community, in your opinion? Why does this space care so much about relationships? Well, modern day brother, I don't think they care too much about relationships. I think they care about trying to accept the level of people within the environment and try to make a relationship out of that. So when Zero says that they're negotiating their own surrender, that's what he's talking about. They know these things are unacceptable, but since they refuse to deal with a different group of people, they're trying to find within the environment. And that's a personal choice. choice. But I'm telling people that there's another choice if you put yourself in a better situation overall personally. One, if you have high standards, most of the stuff within this environment isn't even going to bother you. That's two. The third thing, you need an actual verification and a verifiable means of actual employment. So that way, that is going to put you in a better situation financially. So that way, you don't have to worry about these types of things within the environment. So, all these things with effort, it takes effort. All these things take effort. Nothing that I said take a shortcut. Nothing that I said has a easy way of getting through that. This is why I'm glad I was raised the way I was raised. My father and grandfather had no respect for these type of dudes within the environment. They had no respect for pimps or unfeminine women. Period. And you have to realize that while you may not have had that upbringing, you can still make those type of choices in that environment. You see, these people want to socialize choice away from you. That's kind of what the problem is here. So you have to realize that you have to produce on every play of this game of your life. You don't have time to be practicing things that you haven't seen actual verification of within this environment. You don't have to do this. This is a choice. It is also a choice for you to get your shit together. It is also your choice to make sure that you have a better life than the previous generation. It's a choice. Sure is. That's why they want you to get chose and you not choosing. What's going on, Spiritual Logic Hope? Because they don't want the most powerful chooser to choose. That's you. The producer is supposed to choose. That's you. So when people talk about high value men, they mean a high value target for women who actually need one of these people. But you have to realize that letting yourself be chose by bullshit is also a choice. You see, in life, you can't abdicate responsibility and outsource things that are your responsibility to other people who don't have your best interest at heart within this environment. There is no well demonstrated reason for any woman to be single within the sexual environment. If they can't get what they need with infinite choice, then they don't need your additional choice to do things within the environment. Got 91 people in here. Did y'all like the video? Thanks. So you have to realize that this current snake oil salesman of high value man, that's nothing but a target and buzzword. It's another form of select male. It's another form of a bitch ass nigga coming into this space, making it seem like niggas are mad at them because they got access to some fucking ran through first. It's another version of that. It's another arbitrary definition of manhood that is not actually practiced by the people who actually hide behind this fake ass concept. It's for you to actually make the self-professed claim that you are this, and that you are this because you are picked by somebody else. You have to ask yourself, and I ask myself this every single day and every single time I did a live stream. Would the world be better off with more people like me, or will the world be better off with more people like them? And I just hope that I'm right. I feel that I'm right. Nobody challenges me on whether or not I am right. Because most of these people who are full of shit, they can't even defend their actual points unless they're around a bubble. And that's the great thing about being in a bubble, is that you have your own level of truth. But can your truth stand up to scrutiny outside the environment? Is your truth broad and expansive when practiced anywhere else outside of that environment? With other people, with other cultures, if they practice your truth, would they end up in a better environment? This is why I would rather have principled practicers and principled listeners than fake ass pretenders. My grandfather said that he left the Christian church not because he did not believe in God. He left the Christian church because he couldn't be friends with evil, and that he couldn't tolerate being around them for any reason. Because evil should be made an example of as soon as possible. It shouldn't be a test of your life to help someone with their level of forgiveness. A crime is a choice, forgiveness is a choice. And just because you want forgiveness for the things that you've done in the past, it doesn't mean that other people within an environment owe you that level of forgiveness no matter how much work you've done. So when he put it like that, he said that it's almost like he had to try harder to forgive these people than the actual level of practice and forgiveness that they put in. He had to tolerate what he thought was forgiveness. And not everybody benefits equally within that type of environment. So you have to realize that these people may think that their level of non-accomplishment and legitimate life gives them the actual right to come here and try to mislead people within the environment so that way they can make a paycheck, which is fine. But it's also my right to also call this stuff out to make sure that don't nobody succumb to these things within this environment. And that's what the mission of the Manosphere is about. So that way we don't let the failures of society try to come back and try to legitimize themselves within an and try to get a second wind of people who they don't care about the end of the actual story to which they're putting them on. You're supposed to be high value to oneself. You're supposed to be high value to the community that you build. You're supposed to be high value for the things that you create and the things that you enjoy. You are not supposed to be high value to people who don't respect you in general, who don't respect your path at all, who are not cultured to respect productive men at all. Because if they're not beside you producing it, they're not going to be beside you enjoying it. Those are the things I was taught. If you do not plant anything in the spring, you better not be expecting something in the summer. And if you plant peanuts, don't expect those peanuts to turn into cantaloupes or watermelon. Very simple lessons. Environment that are supposed to keep me safe and sane from the actual people in the environment who get plenty more chances than they actually deserve. Because it's always those people who don't deserve those many chances who get plenty. Parasites will always find a new host. You have to realize that this stuff is a choice. You got to wake up with that choice every single day. The test of black masculinity today is how far can you go with leaving this stuff alone? How far can you go with producing for self? How far can you go by creating standards for a team and sticking to them? How far can you go leaving this stuff alone within this environment? Because here's the other thing. Do you actually want access to the same group of women that told men within this environment that they was the shit without production? Do you actually want to be defined by those women who told them that they were the shit because they helped them build an environment that they are not going to benefit off of? Most of these things in this environment can be replaced. What's going on, Lara? So you have to realize within this society and life, you're already of high value. You can only destroy what high value you got, mixing it with people who are not of high value within the environment. Because if having access to all these ran-throughs made you a better man, where's the proof? Where's the actual proof that that's the case? Because there's nothing more embarrassing within this environment than an actual puppet who lost his puppet master. And you see these things going within this environment. People ain't having any standards, letting abject fuck niggas come around them and celebrating the fact that they cool with everybody and all this dumbass shit. Having those standards when in the actual environment to which you are, deliberately make a fucking dollar. All these things can be done with choice. And you need to understand that male choice is the most powerful thing in the universe. It allows you to set limits and not be limited. You get to choose your own limitations. Those people in the environments that they deliberately put themselves in, they are their own limitations. I have a good quality of life. So good, I'm not willing to share this shit with anybody. But their quality of life, they're willing to share with everybody because misery loves fucking company. They can show you how they get caught up to being pumped and dumped by the same women within the environment, but can they actually show you the actual level of actual value that these women actually bring to their lives outside of sex? They can't show you. So why would you want your life being controlled or being defined quality interactions in the environment? And they are so much of non-quality that you have to keep repeating the process of non-quality over and over again, bragging to other people that it's quality because they don't have access to the type of bullshit and things that you've done. So it's quite the opposite. You got the life that they want. That's why they're trying to share their life with you. So that way you can take care of their fucking responsibilities. That's what this is about, folks. They come into this space to pull the Jedi mind on you. Them dudes wish they could not have these whole problems. They wish they can have all them years back in their life that they pretended that they have gained and pretended that they have the respect of these women within the fucking environment. When the court fucking situation says otherwise. They wish they were not hooked on this shit. My truths are simple and self-evident. It don't take graphics to put up. It don't take anything but listening. And hopefully you practice within your personal life. What happens if everybody made it to they was 50 years old and decided that they wanted to be a fucking relationship expert when they're not in the market? What would your society look like if everybody decided that they wanted to come out with their own version with these low quality women as the means of production in the environment? What would your society look like if you did that? You see, nobody cares about the outcomes in the environment. which is what I got a problem with. They make inputs without being involved with or concerned with the actual outcomes. So you have to realize that everybody is not benefiting equally off of the information that is being given out. Most of these people haven't even proved that they're even capable of doing any of the things that they say within the environment. Because power don't get chose by powerless people. The powerless get chose by powerful people. Hmm. You know you're dealing with a bitch ass nigga in this environment if the only thing he can catch himself bragging on at any point in time is access to a fucking ran through, that dude ain't worth shit around here. A man should never catch himself pointing towards a low quality woman as a means or a verification of his fucking masculinity. No culture would allow that shit. But you have one clown ass nigga after another do this shit within the environment. This is the means of how you should be judged. Is how well you can be picked temporarily by a person within this environment. Folks, it's about the motherfucking outcome. Are you working toward a good outcome for yourself? I know we got more than 5 ghost watching hating ass niggas watching, man. Okay, get the dislikes up. Get the fucking dislikes up. There got to be more than. That's what happens when you have your own fucking path. I don't fear fucking reprisal from none of these motherfuckers around here. You ain't got no kind of power to fucking punish me, motherfucker. We'll talk about the counterpart. They find themselves around the most compromised men in the fucking space consistently. You want to know why? That's why they're most comfortable and they get the most fucking value. 8. That's it? 8? 10%? They gotta be. You see, this is why I don't ghost watch you. Because you ain't shit. Therefore, I don't waste my fucking time over there. I don't care. I would never waste my time coming to your fucking space doing none of this shit. I never would do it. Don't worry. The world knows you're full of shit. I'm just giving them advance notice. It's fine. Oh my God. 9? That's it? Don't y'all got emails y'all can send each other? There got to be more than 9. But here's the thing, man. I want to make sure that there's less men being trapped in these fucking environments where most of these bitch ass niggas are actually at, man. Because that's what the original intent about this fucking space is about. I don't fucking, hey, game niggas, it's already over for them. They're over here bragging on a bitch's power over them. So we all have to realize, man, we got to be on top of these terms and terminologies used by these huckster class niggas, so that way we can be making sure that we're watching each other's back out here. Because you're not gonna be able to save most people within this environment, but you can save enough of them in the environment, so that way this shit can collapse. You have to realize, man, this is what this shit's about. So I'm about to drop the link in the chat. If I don't fucking know you, don't bring your ass up. And I don't want to talk to game niggas. Go create your own fucking space where you can talk about your failed fucking life with failed fuck niggas. I don't go ghost watch fuck niggas. So hold on a second. Oh man, dude. Hey, Laro, my life is full of fun. Every day, watching real estate, purchasing shit, selling shit online, dude. My day is filled with fucking fun. Especially not fucking with these crazy motherfuckers. Man, and man, my life is full of fucking life, man. But you know, you got to make that choice to do that. So I'm gonna put the link in the chat so that way we can chop this up for like another hour or two, and then we get up out of here. So man, you gotta be high value to yourself. A lot of these dudes are looking for high value men to actually turn around and take care of their responsibilities for them. You still got niggas in this fucking space trying to boost up and hype up fucking street niggas and all that type of shit. Shouldn't even be happening. Yeah, apparently he did. Better Society, 43 years old. I just seen this shit. I was trying to share the actual page that I seen this shit on. Actually, I was looking at it on Twitter. Yeah, it's on his own private page.
Hey, what's up, man? Tomorrow.
What's going on, man?
Just two questions. I mean, no beef, nothing like. I just want to know from your point of view. What's your reason that you think game is whack or game is like bullshit?
Hold on a second. Again, I'm not answering no fucking questions like that, dude. Go create your own space. If you wasted your own fucking life, what the fuck? Like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about that type of shit, man. Niggas don't even listen. You don't even listen. I don't give a fuck about your game. Your game is based on these hoes. I don't give a fuck about your bitches. I don't care. Why are you threatened by me saying that your game ain't shit? Are you mad that you wasted your fucking life on these hoes? Are you mad? Of course, game benefits the female. I don't even need to entertain conversations like that. Go create your own space. If you're right, go create your own space. Because I don't talk to game niggas. I already told you don't join the fucking panel if you're a game nigga. I told you that. I don't want to talk to game niggas. That's worse than talking to most of these whack ass bitches in this space.
Hello?
Why the fuck would you listen to me talk for? Hold on a second. Why would you listen to me talk for a fucking hour completely fucking destroying the premise of the bullshit that I don't want to fucking be around. And you come up here to try to get me to explain to you why your bullshit don't fucking matter. You already got spaces with lost dumb niggas. You already got a space for that. I don't get the shit. I'm here to talk about this shit. I'm not here to talk the game because you haven't fucking reconciled yet. So until you can reconcile and fix that shit, there's no need to talk to these dumb niggas. What's going on, Zach?
What's up, MOT? How you doing, man? Hello? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. On the topic, I mean, yeah, you is right, man. You can have value in yourself as a man just by being productive and being consistent in your life, by doing better shit with your life. And I'm convinced that this space, like you said, man, like a lot of people in this space, man, they don't want to stand for shit, which is the reason why I listen to you and a couple of the other guys. But I'm gonna leave the bullshit alone. Like I'm not engaged in this shit no more, bro. Like I'm sticking straight
no
to
more.
productivity.
No more.
I tried to be a balanced dude, man, and I try to be a down to earth type of dude, and really not judge nobody and shit like that. But fuck that. At the end of the day, these game niggas is fucking up the community, so-called community. At the end of the day, these fake loudmouth street niggas making it worse for decent brothers because these guys, they don't really stand for shit. And I'm gonna go out on the limb and go far as to say that I'm not respecting none of these dudes, bro. So anytime I know I'm gonna hop on y'all panels, but if I'm on somebody else's panel and these guys come
man,
on,
look.
Yeah.
Hey man, we got the results where these motherfuckers got a lot of nerve showing on their fucking face. A lot of nerve these niggas got, man. A lot of nerve because what hoe ass niggas do is they put themselves in situations where they know that if the shoe was on the other foot, you would never survive in that fucking environment, man. Like, look, if I don't fuck with the KKK, what the fuck I look like showing up at a KKK meeting by myself, unarmed, armed or unarmed? Why the fuck would I go to an environment that's hostile to me? Why would I do that? If the motherfuckers don't fuck with you, and then if they don't believe in your way of life, or your right to fucking liberty, why would you need to go over there and try to negotiate with people who already said from the jump that they don't fuck with you?
Yeah, that's true.
And Dale's like, no, you're going to talk to me. No, I don't have to talk to you.
Right.
You go build your own space. What's going on, CN?
Hey, MOT. Don't know if you remember me. This is Cynical Nitro.
What's up, man?
Yeah, man. You were right on point. Past couple months have been interesting. I even drew from some of what you said, like calling folks reptiles and stuff like that. Since the last time I uploaded my videos, I've been talking. My last video, one of my last words was, "There's no point trying to help reptiles." In the past couple months, I had a chick, like, she even went so far as to try to make me her pimp. But one, that ain't for me. Two, I'm watching her and she's constantly fucking up her life and the life of her children and everybody else around her, for everybody that tries to help her. I done been around the little dope slinging boys. They got a lot of shit to talk, but want to smile in your face like a fucking female because they came back up like it was said earlier, the little dope boys, the fake game, they kind of fucking up the community. I've been around all these dudes, and a lot of them, the only two game dudes I know of, the only two dudes that teach games that I think have anything to show for it are Donovan and AMS. Like, the rest of these dudes all seem to be full of shit.
Yep.
And even then, they
That's
tell
what happens
you
when you don't police your craft.
And even with them,
that's what happens when you don't police your craft.
Yeah. they even tell you, look, you better focus on yourself. Don't waste all your time chasing pussy. You need to be trying to better your damn self. That's where a lot of these dudes get fucked up. They've been attacking black masculinity for so damn long that a lot of these goofy ass dudes and goofy
Yeah,
ass
but
yeah,
like
they think they think that's gonna be what the be all end all, and it's not. If anything, it only leads to more problems. My dick done got me in trouble so many fucking times. Like I was just on Instagram yesterday talking about how pissed off I am because I bought a fucking toy for $70. Can't even fit the shit. Waste of damn money.
Yeah.
And they're not even willing to tell the younger generation the fucking truth.
They're not. They want to see the young ones fall down just like them.
And yeah, and that shit that I got a problem with, man. Like, I don't know neither one of these fucking game niggas from high school who actually have fucking done some productive shit with their fucking life outside of trying to appeal to these bitches. I've never seen it.
Yeah. The same that they pretty much
But
doing the job for the women, man.
they are, and they don't understand that they're like the PR. This dumb motherfucker, man.
Kind of went in and out, MOT.
I got a question for you, MOT.
I'm
and
saying,
then
like we don't need to talk to you. Right.
all right, so yeah, I was saying I got a question.
Just spoke. Go ahead.
Got a question for you, and then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and log off because I got to go ahead and start working. Something that I realize is that no matter what happens, the reptiles they're not going to listen to you. And some I mentioned when I was talking with Josiah is that the people who feel like they're lacking, they'll always find their way to other people, no matter what. Is that what keeps you willing to do the YouTube thing too, or? Because at this point, I'm just like, fuck off.
No, because I am reaching motherfuckers because what it is that I always have motherfuckers sending me emails apologizing for not getting what the fuck I said. Because I don't have to change my message. My message is very fucking simple. Get your shit together and leave these hoes the fuck alone.
Yep.
It's pretty fucking straightforward.
All right.
Then if you left this bullshit the fuck alone and made incremental fucking progress and you kept all your fucking gains, you'll be out of this shit relatively quickly. But what it is with this game bullshit, it kind of teaches you that you can kind of manage both sides of the fucking force, and next thing you know, you're swinging a double lightsaber and force choking niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, it don't work that way.
Yeah. It's one of those things.
Game is a hope that you can keep this shit under control.
Hey, what's going on, MLT? This is Dark Space.
What's going on, man?
Thanks for having me, MLT. I'm gonna take off now.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. Second Nitro. All right, man. Later, man. Have fun at work, if that's even an option. But go ahead, man.
Yeah, so I got in a little bit later on the stream, but I was actually watching one of the compromised channels, and it was kind of interesting because the content went from talking about developing like solid LinkedIn pages, how to wear like certain colognes and suits, which actually inspired me to start wearing like button downs and stuff. And I literally threw away all my Jordans because of that. And then it went from talking about that to now just seemingly to talk about high value relationships all day. And I'm just trying to understand, why does it seem that every time you get on Black YouTube is nothing but talking about relationships? Like, why is it that you just have
because the shit don't work and the shit is not working. And what it is that people are trying to find a way to accept the bad circumstances without feeling bad. Like, that's what it is. It's like, look, they want to negotiate the terms of surrender, but they don't want to actually like they want to wave the white flag, but somehow they want the white flag to look like an American flag. It's like, no, you're surrendering. That's what surrender looks like. It looks like surrender.
It don't make
And
any like. Oh, sorry.
no, you all good.
Yeah, man.
It's just
Man.
ridiculous. Because it's like these game dudes, they just tell you that, oh, you got to deal with like 12 different steps. I was really watching the video of one of these game dudes talking about some, if you don't know how to control a woman or something, then you're weak. And I'm like, why do I need to watch a whole entire playlist to figure out how to control a female? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, because they believe in hope in this damn environment, which is pretty much destroyed anyway by the same stupid ass women that fucked it up in the first place. This is why I keep trying to tell a lot of brothers, like, we see what most of these stupid ass women, black women at that, you see what they think about us. Leave these bitches the fuck alone. Do not help them. Don't fix shit for them. Don't do nothing. Guess what? Even if you got to, bro, live by yourself. Don't let them live with you, because these are not cultured women. They talk too fucking much. They disrespectful, just like these loudmouth gang, fake street niggas, and that really bothers me. All this little crazy street shit. I'm getting sick and tired of listening to every other panel. Some nigga want to be down. He a thug nigga. He's a fucking crook, whatever. I don't live like that. I don't even have a record, man.
Yeah.
I don't even fucking have a tattoo. I don't live like that. You know what I mean? So to the younger brothers in this space, don't feed into the bullshit, man. Be your own man and stay productive. Stay focused.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. You know, and the other thing is, like, if you want to go do something, basically figure out where you're supposed to be. MOT talks about all the time, if you need pussy, there's plenty of places to go get it. You know what I mean? So the whole thing is focus on yourself first and get what you need for yourself first. Everything will be here, man. Ain't shit going nowhere.
You know, and speaking on that.
Yeah, it's like, like there's no rush.
Absolutely not.
Man, I was
ahead, MOT.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's like, bro, the only rush that there should be is in
getting your stuff together.
Shit together. You shouldn't be trying to rush into the underwear of knowledge. Yeah, man. Go to unupgraded motherfuckers, man. Like, listen. Once you experience tranquility without game and without all this other bullshit, I'm telling you, man, your life gonna change, man.
Yeah.
The moment you start traveling and you have that good interaction with culture fucking individuals, you're gonna forget all the fuck about all this other shit. What's going on, Grants? And it's like, dude, listen, man. You probably don't even need to leave the country for that. Dude, you could move halfway across the fucking United States and still experience like the same shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know the thing. And you know
but
the thing
it's
about
still based. It's gonna help you.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, I've been seeing that for the last almost a year and a half. As far as, like, I don't have any issues. I don't have no fucking crazy ass family members calling me asking me for money. I don't have crazy ass women problem by these stupid ass black women. I just have me, my productivity, and then I spend time with my, with my kids. But other than that, I'm leaving this shit the fuck alone, and I don't feel bad for where this shit is going. Guess what? They're gonna keep fucking it up anyway. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sit back and laugh and watch them destroy themselves. Period.
That's right.
And I don't feel bad for them. I don't feel bad. And a lot of people say, "Oh, you guys sound hurt and bitter." That's bullshit. This is order. I put order in my life. I don't live like an ignorant nigga. I don't. And people think it's cool talk all this shit on these panels, because I learned my lesson, man. That's why I said I'm done. Like, trying to be cool and trying to have a conversation with all people, it's not the same. It's a difference when I come on this panel from other panels. It's just completely different. And I learned my lesson last night, And
yeah, bro. I was in the chat and they were going heavy at you. They're going heavy at you, bro.
Yeah.
They were going heavy at you, and they were going heavy at Smooth. And they were going heavy at Smooth too. I told Smooth last night, bro, don't you ever go in there, man. Don't you ever go in there. Because you know what? Like, we got to start starving these people. We don't need them, bro. We got everything we need right the fuck here.
This is why everything they have to come over here.
The fuck here.
This is why they have to come over here for verification of the actual path that they're on. I'm like, nigga, if you're on a good ass path, what the fuck do you need over here? Why do you
Yeah.
need me to
Yeah.
explain to
Yeah,
you
man.
why your path is good or bad? Why the fuck do you need my counter argument?
Yeah, bro.
Your life should be the verification of your fucking path, good or bad.
Yeah.
You kind of
Absolutely.
went
Yeah,
in and out, bro.
that's all it is. Do you got fucking results?
Yeah. That's
And
right.
if you don't like them, maybe you should there.
Yeah, man. See, there's a whole different experience on panels like this because we're all because we're because we're all men of order and we're all attempting to go in the same direction. I don't want to sit out here with people that have different agendas than me that are basically trying to knock me off. I got enough problems staying on track in this distracted world that we live in. I don't got to go nowhere knowing that there are people that are derelict as fuck trying to knock me off anyway. The fuck, the fuck does that do for me and my productivity and what I'm trying to accomplish? And this speaks to something that's even deeper. Most of these guys don't got 2 minutes of discipline to go fuck with anything. That's why
Yeah.
they show up on places like that.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy about it too? Um, Oria. How you pronounce your name, bro?
Iori. It's an
Ori.
E at the
Yeah.
front.
You know what's crazy about it? They come to a couple of these guys, kind of like MOT Game Changing, all these guys, but it's like they come over there to really try to antagonize these brothers because these brothers' message been the same way. It's always been about productivity, and it's a lot more respectful, bro. I can respect it. Like I've
Yeah.
been saying, like, I got blocked yesterday from the other channel. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
kicked
I got
off
you.
and all that. And I was one of the guys who supported and, always shared the shit and said good shit about when they first started it. But
Yeah.
now it went into something else. And I kind of feel like, well, if that's how much influence that this game shit got, I don't want no parts of this stupid, ignorant shit. Period.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want no parts of this shit.
You need to ask them, what has game done for black men in the black community? What has it done? You ask them that question, they will not be
They
able to
gonna
respond to you.
broke. They gonna have a bunch of insults and they gonna try to use their tactics. And I noticed this in the space. They all like to use these certain terms and try to shame brothers. But at the end of the day, to a decent brother like me, I don't give a damn about trying to talk to these women and all this shit. I don't care about that. I'm worried about me and my life.
Looks like
They
there's
do is
two
call
of us.
people incels.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
And they don't use the proper definition or proper context. They're just throwing that out as like a buzzword to burn shit down. You know what I mean? It's crazy, dude.
I mean, it's nothing but a smoke screen to cover for failure in the actual environment.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's
They
what
want
I
you to
think.
come back in this community, like come back in this environment and save these women and save these people who screwed the environment up. And the minute I heard that lady say that she would rather build with Pookie and Ray Ray than over the educated brothers, I said, let this shit burn, man.
Yeah,
oh yeah, you
let
know
it
what,
go.
Let
guys,
it
I gotta
burn.
say something. You know who that person was? That was actually me debating her. I was debating her. That was me.
What's
in
her
the
name?
live stream.
Cesara?
Yeah, that Shazar. That was me debating her. And once I heard that, I said at the end, save yourself, because this is ridiculous. This is the mindset that they have. I'm done with these women. I can't do it no more. It's like these people, I'm convinced at this point they want the community to stay this way. I think these people really do.
No, they're saying educated. No, they're saying the quote unquote educated lames and the quote unquote black sales, which is what Platinum call them. They're saying that they were the ones who destroyed the community.
No,
Pookie.
it was
They
the
were the ones who did it.
motherfucking. You know who destroyed the community? These reckless ass, crazy ass women and these fucking thieving ass, crook ass dudes. That's what it is. The fact that you got guys 45 plus, almost 50 years old, talking about pussy. Who gives a fuck about that? What about, guess what? Why don't you show these young brothers that you know how to work with your hands or some shit? You stupid, ignorant ass niggas. And this is why I'm by myself, bro. I've cut my whole family out because of this. This is another reason why I'm in this space. I had to leave my whole family alone, except for my father, but he lives in Memphis or whatever. But that's it, man. I cut everybody off because they want to be ignorant as BT watching fried chicken eating niggas. They don't want to do nothing different. They like just like I had family get mad at me because I told them stop involving yourself in criminality. Pay attention. Follow along. Oh well, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do what I want. Look, I don't have a fucking record, but you do. I don't want to be around it, and people got offended, man. They get offended with this shit, man.
The community is absolute chaos, and you're called a coon or Uncle Tom because you don't want to work with a group of people who are eventually going to kill you. Being in this society ain't going to end you nowhere but death and failure and destruction. And at this point, I used to feel bad, but I don't feel bad anymore because there's some people that you just can't save. And I'm not dealing with these women. I don't care. I'm not dealing with
in space. Here's the thing. I'm not going to say no names out of respect to MOT's platform, but I had a private conversation on StreamYard with a very big black YouTuber in this space. And I basically just told him, hey, look, productive black men and productive black women get together and build their own community. That's exactly what I told him. Screw these dudes who are out here destroying the community. You know what he told me? He said, well, this shit's about to hit the fan and we're going to have to take Pookie and Ray Ray with us.
the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah.
They are not to be trusted. These are the same guys will stab you in the back when you're not looking. See, this is the thing, man. When you have a bunch of decent brothers who got respect, they have integrity, they don't walk around trying to do word of mouth shit and pretty much try to, be slick at the mouth. That's the shit I don't like. Why don't you just be a decent man, talk with respect, talk with sense, pronounce your fucking words right, say actual sentences that I can understand. Don't say no woo 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 rah 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 shit. I can't stand that shit, and that's why they call it shit like, oh, you niggas coons, you want to be white. No, I'm not you. I have a standard, and guess what? I don't live like you niggas. And I don't feel bad for these niggas. Because give it time, they're going to destroy themselves. And they're going to be running back to the brother who they tried to run off and shame, especially these women. And guess what? We're going to be long gone. They're going to eat every fucking word that they said. Trust me.
I just hate how they're trying to rationalize this type of behavior. That's the only thing that gets me is how they're rationalizing it.
This game and stuff has gotten so bad that now
that's the only option they got, though. That's the only option they got right now, though, is rationalizing, because they can't defend the shit. Rationalizing is the only option at this point.
Well, if you listen to that beta MOT, she basically defended it by saying, well, the educated brothers and the brothers who are able to build, they should have stayed in this chaos and built it. That's how they defending it now.
Man, I don't even care. I don't care. I don't care. Like,
this is insane.
At this point, my point now is to raise the level of awareness that these people are not to be fucking saved under any fucking circumstance. And if you bring any level of this nigga back in here that does not belong here, you're gonna get thrown out just like these motherfuckers.
Yeah, and then they swear that every Pookie and Ray Ray is Nipsey Hussle. I'm like, most of these dudes cannibalize the community. At least Pookie and Ray Ray or Chad, he actually serves as the aggressor or the police force to keep us in check. At least their Pookies are effective somewhat, even if they're just the grunt force.
And you know what?
No, it's cool, man. It's just what's going on, Wackaroo. It's just at the end of the day, man. I'm not even on some Pookie and Ray Ray versus educated lame shit. I'm on some who wants to fucking move forward without these fucking problem shit.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of motherfuckers even on our side who are still tuning into these whack ass game niggas and trying to argue with these fucking niggas too. I'm not trying to do either one of those fucking things, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I blocked a lot of channels.
Yeah, and that's why right now, man, I'm just unsubscribing. You say some goofy shit and you just gone. This is my fucking space. You right? Go create your own space. There's more lost niggas than out here than there are motherfuckers who want to do shit. I don't understand why the fuck you gotta come over here. What's that about?
And that's one of the things I don't understand, MOT, the fact they want to come try to reason and talk with you, knowing that this guy he's showing receipts. He's showing trucks, how to fix the truck. That's good shit. That's tangible shit that real brothers live. Not no fucking game and no crazy pimp talk shit. No one gives a fuck about that. That's why they get offended, bro. That is why, man.
It's just that, man. A lot of this shit discussed in this space just don't even need to be discussed. Like, look, man. We get to make choices in this fucking space too about what the fuck should be here. So, and that's what I'm here to do. Is just to raise the level of awareness that male choice fucking matters, man.
Yeah.
It matters a lot. If dudes don't have a problem being a bitch ass nigga without no motherfucking tether, then we should have no problem pointing out these bitch ass niggas with no tether as well. Game turns you into a simp for these hoes. Like, as much as they think they're so separate away from these hoes, your identity is still based on these bitches at the end of the fucking day. You're still here.
That's right.
And that's just where I'm at with it. And it's just that a lot of these motherfuckers have wasted their entire lives fucking with this shit, and they can't rationalize the fact that the men who the women don't respect, like we should give a fuck about that, us, are actually fucking talking. So now these motherfuckers are out here like fucking suicide bombers trying to get people to shut the fuck up about the fucking time that they wasted in their fucking life. And they're like nigga, I don't give a fuck about that. That's your life that you fucking wasted. And
Like
guess
with
what? They
the whole
still chasing up behind the
It's
same
like
bitches while doing the
it's like
same shit. I don't even
it's
care,
like
man.
these people trying to bomb the school, man. We teach it in here, and they try to bomb the school. That's what it is.
It don't matter, man. You can call in as many threats you want to. It don't matter. Class is in session. We online, man.
It's like with the whole high value male talk that's been going on the past couple of weeks with a lot of these dating coaches. My question is this: being a high value male should be that knowledge should have to do with leading other black men and black boys. It shouldn't always be about how much pussy you can get.
Well, you have to understand that for fuck niggas, leading they do a type of leading, but it's not the type of leading that you think. They lead motherfuckers into shit that they ain't supposed to be in, rather than lead motherfuckers to places where they're actually supposed to be at. Like, they're like different nationalities think that we're fucking insane for keeping these motherfuckers around. Insane for having conversation with these dumb motherfuckers. Insane for even associating with the women who would even pick a motherfucker like that. They think we're fucking crazy.
You don't see
Like
dudes in other cultures talking about this shit 24/7 in their sectors of YouTube.
and,
They
and the
don't. They don't
thing
talk
is,
about it at
You
all.
don't you're not gonna hear no Jewish dude talking about game and becoming a high value male to fuck a lot of females. You're not gonna see a Chinese male do that. Hell, you don't even see the white manosphere really doing that shit.
Entrepreneurs in cars, prime example.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, man, this is entertainment. You have two sides of this coin. You got the blacks who want to entertain, and you got the blacks who are mostly over here trying to lobby and trying to build some shit.
and and they can't exist without the cover of the productive fucking class. That's the other thing. Otherwise, they would be able to separate and do their own thing without us even need to be around. But they can't do like fuck nigga on fuck nigga fucking shit equals nothing. They need the hope of actual people in this space to actually get that done. What's going on, Black Mind?
What's happening, sir? Everything okay?
Oh yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Over here, I was trying to get a feel for what these guys' reactions here would be if they knew how much we were discussing this sort of thing, like how to impress them and that sort of thing. And in all honesty, what I found is that they don't even have a concept of it. Even when I explained to them, the ones whose reactions I've been trying to get, when I explained to them in Arabic or in English, the kind of debate we're having, just to see what that debate would be like in their culture, what would be the reaction. What I'm finding is that although they do have certain issues, and although their women do play certain games, to this level, they don't even understand what I'm talking about. It's sort of like describing an operation or surgery to somebody and they don't even know what exists, and it's for an ailment that they didn't even know existed. That's what it's like. And usually I tell people we're not the worst in the world. We're not the only ones that are going through being broken. But when it comes to this specifically, the mechanism by which families form, by which couples form and then later families, that is an issue that seems to be unique to us. And I'm just not finding where I can even get them to know what I'm talking about, to comprehend what I'm getting at. But I'm going to say that this is This is something right now that has taken on a new dimension because we're now hearing people argue. I mean, I'm talking from the outside looking in, living so far away now, but it seems to me like now we have an election that's about to hinge on this disagreement between black men and black women. That's what it looks like to me through social media. Um, and a lot of people here are also thinking about the election because of foreign policy. So people here that they could not vote in the U.S. election. They're looking at the foreign policy. They want to know which foreign policy is going to be the best for them. And they don't seem to understand that this issue here that we're facing, that they can't understand and comprehend, may very well affect the outcome, which, as far as they're concerned, would affect the foreign policies with which they'd have to deal with the U.S. So this has gotten to be bigger in scope than what we might actually think. But yet it's something that is so strange we can't even explain it to other people. Sometimes people from our own race, but another country. But last thing I'm gonna say is that game is a paradox because we have to do everything for them. Now, the question in most cultures would be if you have to do everything to take care of them, financially speaking, you have to bring home things that get up and run away from you, whether it's money or whether it's prey, whatever the case is. You have to bring home in abundance the things that are naturally rare. You got to bring home the things that get up and flee from you, and they just have to keep it together inside the home. And actually be your kid's mother, not some other guy's mother, kid's mother, that sort of thing. Then the question, a lot of them would take it like this: why do you have to dress this part and look this part and do all of this to impress them, and then turn around?
Looks like his mic went out. He was making a great point though.
Yeah.
Hello.
What's
His
up,
mic
Bla-
went out or some shit.
What's up, Wacky? Go ahead, bro.
What's going on, Iori? What's up? What's up? Yeah.
What's up, bro? Go ahead.
Yeah. See, this is the thing. A week and a half ago, I took a trip to Baltimore, Maryland, which is historically known as a chocolate city, which has a very large so-called black population. Man, when I went there this time around, I was shocked to see how much more Latinos live there. I mean, the Latino population right now in Baltimore is so high. And what they done, because Baltimore had a large problem when it comes to vacant housing, right? The Latinos are taking advantage of that. These guys are coming in, buying up these houses, fixing them up, living in them, and having babies and multiplying. And the thing is, when I look at it, I could already tell that they're going to do what they've done in Southern California and in New York, in which they're going to take over they're going to take over the local politics, like the local school board, the city council, what have you, and they just going to fucking have a stronghold in that city, just like how they done in other cities across the United States. Now, I'm saying this to state that while you have other groups of people on the quest for power, or already have power and on the quest for more power, you got so-called black males out here talking about fucking game.
It is potent though.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
It does, man. It does, because that's the highest thing that they've ever done in their life, man, is gain access to some shit that they think is very rare. Like gaining access to an actual woman within an environment is actually some easy shit. If their culture, it's like, what are they being cultured for, and what you gain access to, and you have to realize that they wouldn't still be on the market or repeating this non-quality process if they actually got something out of it long term that was actually viable. This is why you have 40 and 50-year-old dudes still trying to dress up this shit like it's cool, because they need new people to enter this system so that way they can exit this system. And now that system is being interrupted, Like the acceptable stepdad bullshit is being interrupted. So now you got women looking for quote unquote high value men in the same environment where men just want to get the fuck off the marketplace. Now, now, now they've done a brilliant marketing job of telling you that nothing is going to fucking change. So the simple fact that you would even try to use their tactics to be with their women for their benefit doesn't make any sense when you think about it from beginning to end. It just don't make any sense. It is incredibly fucking stupid when you do something that way, right? But at the end of the day, like they've already gave up because they were supposed to do their shift and they were supposed to be off the fucking market. This shit was supposed to be somebody else's responsibility. It wasn't supposed to be continued their responsibility after a while. It wasn't supposed to be that way because we were never supposed to find out the truth of this shit. We were never supposed to do that. And that's kind of what I'm shaking things up within the environment is that I don't mind telling these motherfuckers to leave these people alone. Because at the end of the day, they are not your fucking people. And they never have been and they never fucking will be.
Right.
RBR, I'm not letting you on the panel, man. Get the fuck up out of here. I don't even want to see you around here, man.
Oh, that clown, Jesus. He was harassing me earlier, talking about some, you keep talking bad about the queens. Get the hell out of here with that nonsense, man.
No, it's fine, man. Dude, I blocked all your fucking channels. I'm not sure why you keep putting my real name in the fucking email for all these motherfuckers to see. Like, dude, listen, man. You just need to get the fuck out of here. You had your fucking time. You failed. All right? You failed. Pass the shit along to another generation. Just try to be a little bit more quieter around this fucking space. Because one thing we don't need more than game niggas is actually crazy ass fucking black men who definitely ain't fucking shining the fucking beacon for where we need to be at in life, man.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I can't stomach that shit. Because I mean,
What do
you
these
know, I don't want to
want us to do?
disrespect older people, man. Like I don't like doing that type of shit, man. But I like dropping the fucking boundaries so that way I ain't got to fucking keep putting up with this type of shit, man. You know the way that you act in this fucking space is not something that people support anywhere.
Yep.
I mean, what do
I
they
wish you
want us
got
to
on some
do,
fucking
man?
medication, man. Because dude, I went to the dude's show and that's about an hour and a half of this crazy shit. He was able to have a decent fucking conversation with people. That's the type of motherfucker we just want to fuck with around here, man. I just don't want to be around this crazy shit all the time, man. Because that shit is I don't like being around it, man.
It's dysfunction.
Yeah, for real, man. Like there is no pass for that shit. Like nah, man. I'd rather do without it. It is not entertaining. It's fucking sad, man.
Yeah, I had to block
right.
his behind a long time ago because I just all I ask him because he keeps talking about his whole documentary that he made. So I asked him, where can I get a digital copy of the of the documentary? And this guy went insane. So I just say, you know what? That's enough of him. I blocked him. I blocked him. But anyhow, the thing is that once again, like I told Edward Anderson a few days ago, when it comes to certain people's definition of a high value man, that's even being taken out of context. You know, because
I mean, well, Wacky. It's not that it's being taken out of context; it's being co-opted, like the word alpha and beta. Like we know what alpha and beta meant. Once beta males got access to pussy, the black community in its current fucking condition is what the result of it was. Niggas who did not want to produce but wanted access to pussy would have never fucking happened in other fucking societies.
Yep.
But we see the results
Correct.
of what happened in this society when that shit happens, right? So it's like the niggas purporting to be internet alphas, they're only alphas because of the whack ass bitches that they got access to. They ain't got no fucking accomplishments. And now their only accomplishment is trying to pass this bitch off like a play action pass to another motherfucker. Or a halfback toss to another nigga.
It's time for them to get off the field, bro.
Yeah,
It's
man.
fourth down.
And then they mad.
It's 4th and 15 on this shit. It's time for them to get the fuck
You
off
know
the field.
what? That's another thing on like either the disrespect of the brothers who came before this. Like Wacky, a cool dude. He laid a lot of shit out And I don't like to disrespect people try to disagree and count what he say out. I don't like that shit either. Because he been there, he know what this shit is about. And you know that how these loudmouth niggas come and try to say some whole other shit, it just defeats the whole purpose. That's why it's a certain content creators I listen to based upon the information they present. The rest of these loudmouth niggas, I can't fuck with it no more, bro. I'm not doing it. I can't do it.
Nah, man. It's just that this type of idea needs to be fucking normal for black men. It needs to be normal to stay the fuck away from these goddamn people. It needs to be normal to maximize your fucking potential. Like, these motherfuckers are trying to turn some high value man shit into a high value target so that way you can feed everybody else within the fucking environment. That's what it's about. It's not about you getting the most out of the shit. It's about the woman getting the most out of you so that way one of these clown ass niggas can keep having their continued fucking existence in the fucking environment.
And in other communities, that shit does not exist. In other communities, an alpha male is a man that can provide and produce something. If you out here just fucking around like a rabbit and you can't produce anything and all you can bring is good dick, you're a boy. You're a beta male.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how that I don't know how that narrative got switched like that. I don't know if it was a certain dating coach, but
nah, man, it got switched like that because these niggas came to the internet for their second fucking childhood after they failed out of their regular fucking life. I don't give a fuck what these dating coach niggas have done. Ain't none of these motherfuckers are CEOs of companies or producing shit. If you out here trying to give niggas advice by to go back into this burning fucking building, nigga, go fuck yourself. I don't give a fuck how big or how small your fucking channel is. You shouldn't even fucking be here.
And no true alpha male is going to consider any man in his right mind to date an environment where the quality of females is bad. No alpha male will consider that. No true alpha male will consider that.
You know what I also peeped? I peeped that a lot of these game dudes are not even my age, which is their early 20s. These dudes are literally old enough to be my dad talking about games.
Yeah. Mode one.
It's like this. I mean, not him specifically. It's the concept that older men within the environment is trying to pass down this specific level of shit to the younger generation as if it had worked for them. And that's fucking false. It's false.
Yeah.
It didn't work. It did not work. By sheer value of the fact that they have nothing to show. Like, listen, man. We have like the GoPro Max. We have the Insta360R. Like, these motherfuckers can really go out there into the so-called field and show you their fucking results and value of the shit that they produce within the environment. If the shit was actually fucking true. But to them, we the fucking haters because we're pointing this shit out. They're not the fucking haters for trying to fuck up the environment and try to give people false hope and all that kind of shit. They're not considered haters for doing that type of shit. Just because they can catch a little bad guy and shit, man. Like it's shit fucking disgusting, man.
And it don't work in real life.
Yeah, and that's the normalization of this damn mindset that these guys got. Like I'm a guy, I just made 29. So I'm looking at it like, damn, these dudes is 50, fucking 45 years old talking like this. What the fuck? And then I hear MOT, then I hear Wacky. I'm like, okay, it's still some good brothers out there, but it's too many of these compromised niggas, bro. It's too fucking many of them. And you could just tell by certain panels how all of them all try to agree with each other, but when somebody really makes sense, they try to come against that because they really don't have no value in their life at all. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see that, Zach. You see that when someone comes in the panel and makes sense, you'll see 3 or 4 people gang up on him and interrupt him while he's speaking. You know, it's all that, and they do that as a tactic to prevent the audience from hearing what they have to say, because that person's point would smash their whole talking points. So
that's what happened to me.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that happened to me tons of times also.
Yeah, bro. It happened 2 days ago. I had to basically tell everybody, let you talk. I mean, I swear to God.
Yeah, I don't like that. They try to disrespect Wacky, bro. I don't like that shit.
The type of disrespect you deal with, bro, is unimaginable to me. Like, and I shut that whole, shit down with Aegon because some people in that in that panel were saying, hey, like, what do you do for the Black manosphere? And I want to say this again. I will repeat this. I don't give a shit how many thousand subscribers somebody got. I will basically watch somebody's content based on how good the content is and what it does. Shit, if it wasn't for Aegon, I wouldn't know Zach. I wouldn't know Azen. And if I didn't know about Azen, I wouldn't know about Lawrence Guy. And Lawrence Guy is legit as fuck. So
Yeah.
you think I give a shit about like these $100,000 subscriber ass people and shit? Fuck that shit. I ain't no
Like-
front running dude.
Like
And that means nothing because real. Oh, sorry, Embassy. Go ahead.
I mean, man, you have to realize that what at the end of the day, what are you trying to produce on a cyclical level? Like that's what matters most for men. Like this is why women are attracted to image and men are attracted to fucking substance. Or that's the way it's supposed to be anyway. Or that's the way I was taught to be. Because like anybody can just pull up and say a whole bunch of crazy whack ass shit and don't have to be responsible for it within the environment, man. And it's just that a lot of people, it's just that, man, I have to start re-separating myself from a hell of a lot more people because a lot of these people, they just fucking toxic and they ain't trying to go nowhere. And guess what? I'm fine with motherfuckers not fucking with my channel, man. My channel is always going to be as big or as small as it's going to be. I'm not even advertising on my shit. I didn't even attempt to get my fucking monetization back, even though I know I can get it. But it's just that I want people to understand that I want a better overall outcome for the actual fucking man that's going to fucking get this shit popping. Giving this shit away to a woman who has fucking done herself a certain type of way within this fucking environment, that ain't going to do nothing for you, man. It just isn't. It's just that people don't understand it and they don't get it. They don't want to get it. And it's just that this type of cancer has fucking overgrown to the point now to where the body is kind of foreign to the cancer that's fucking sitting there.
They want people to wallow in their misery. That's what it comes down to.
And you know what? MOT was actually right because, it's actually kind of interesting because I caught up with some of his videos and then this game stuff, it kind of makes you seem like you have to deal with this dysfunctional group of women. Because I remember a woman I was dealing with about 2 years ago. So she was kind of wishy-washy like most of the women in the community. And she had a boyfriend who was a Pookie and a Ray Ray. He was in prison or in jail. But so anyway, I was watching one of them videos. He was like, so all you gotta do it, man, is you just gotta talk down to her, try to get her draws, talk to her at a certain time, text her this and that. And I'm just like, all right, let's try this out. I tried it out. And it was an absolute, complete, utter disaster. She didn't even like, I'm like, what kind of methods are these people talking about? Because the women in real life don't even act like this. Like half of the time, they're already pookie ties. So they don't even, all these techniques don't even work if you're productive, man. I forgot I don't have tattoos and face tats and stuff like that. So game almost messed me up because I kept dealing with a group of people and a group of women just to see like, okay, I gotta keep up in my game. I got text her at this time. I got to do all this stuff. And then I realized, wait, once I dated my Korean girl, none of that stuff was the case. And I'm like, why these people?
You just moved on to like better circumstances. And this is what people don't get. If you keep making yourself better, but you keep putting yourself in a position where you keep trying to appeal to other people who's not on your fucking level, they're going to consistently be above you. And that's what this shit is. It puts you in a level beneath where you're supposed to be as a man, so that way you can get picked by her to be on her team. They who picks make the fucking rules. This is why when you go to the NBA or the NFL draft, the owners are drafting players. The players are not saying what fucking team that they're going to play with and they get their fucking choice all the time. That's not even how it works in the real fucking world. So why the fuck would you allow somebody who don't know how to fucking lead or run shit to put you on their team for their benefit? It doesn't make any fucking sense. It don't. I'm just saying it don't make no sense, man.
At the end of the day, all that stuff does is reward bad behavior on the part of the females. That's all it does. You're rewarding and enabling black female fuckery. That's all it is. It's not trying to put a stop on it. It's just rewarding it and helping it grow. bigger and bigger. To
I used to blame I used to blame myself because of it. I used to literally blame myself and be like, oh, how come I can't get this girl? And I always used to blame myself, or how come I can't talk to these group of people? Or maybe I am socially awkward or an incel because I don't know how to talk to women. And then I realized, oh no, it's just my community.
No.
Yeah, I mean the standard.
I'm
sorry, bro. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, it was for you. It was a matter of calibration. You were calibrated for something better. That's as simple as it needs to be. You were calibrated for something better. You weren't built to be in a position where you were not going to be valued. So what ended up happening is, as you continued to go higher and higher, you ended up finding a product that was better calibrated to who you were.
Yeah. And you know what? Keep your integrity, keep your standards, and realize that the outcome of this community, so-called Black community, is already destroyed. So the few of us who got this way of thinking, you're pretty much on the right track. Don't worry about trying to talk to these women. Don't worry about all that, because in the long run, you're going to see where these motherfuckers end up. And guess where they're going to end up? In the damn dust. And you know why? Because they didn't have no value in their life. This is why you're supposed to walk the fuck away. Don't help these women. If you got to, bro, it's like, because it sounds like you're a younger guy. Don't feed into the bullshit. These little stupid, dumbass bitches running around with fake hair. These crazy ass women want to be ratchet, disrespectful. Leave them the fuck alone. Let them be who they're gonna be. Don't even feed into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that now, man. We just need to go out there and find more of our people among these other motherfuckers who are lost. Cause man, like right now, I'm like in Dunmore, Pennsylvania. I talked to this dude a little while ago, just going through a world of shit. I'm like, yeah, man, you don't need to be going through that. And that dude was like, really? Because nobody else thinks that around me. Like, dude's like outnumbered by 20, 30 some fucking people who think they should be on the bullshit. So now we got bullshit that's being created on the regular, and actual regular motherfuckers being created as a rarity. And that's the kind of shit that we got going on. And I had to tell this dude, hey man, you have to drop all of this shit and leave. Talk to this dude right here. He'll get you your CDL. You ain't got no fucking tickets or accidents. It don't matter. Just grab your shit and fucking go. You'll start class on fucking Monday. And just that quick, that dude went from I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do to I got a chance because my background clear and straight.
Yep.
Wow.
Just like that. Just like that. One conversation. Just like that. Just like that. And motherfuckers probably gonna take this shit and go to the moon with this shit. Which is what motherfuckers do when they witness this shit for a long ass period of time, man.
Yeah.
That man, I don't want to be in or around this shit. And it's like, look, they could have easily told him about this shit, but the dude was willing to try anything to get the fuck up out of that situation. I'm like, hey man, look, I own this shit. And they're like, they allow you? I'm like, dude, listen, man, there is no allow to do anything. The only thing you allow is for yourself to fail without fucking knowing better information. Now that you know the better information, just go towards that. I told him, man, hey man, you 23, whole life in front of you, no fucking kids, and you're around fucking busted ass fucking adults who want to make you feel like you're lower than where they actually are in society and life. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. Don't worry about nobody here. Leave. You fucking leave. Don't tell them that you're leaving. Just fucking go.
Just go.
And that
Find
is why
better
I
shit
don't. Yep.
elsewhere.
And that is why I don't blame educated brothers for selling out. I don't blame them.
I
And
will
you know
never sell
what?
out good black men.
And most educated brothers don't even sell out, because the sellouts are what we call the Pookies and Ray Rays, the ones who destroy.
I mean, the
You know,
terminology they use for a sellout. I know what you're
Right.
saying. I'm talking about the terminology those niggas use.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sellout is not taking care of their kids and their mess ups. I'm sick of that crap. It's like people make me feel guilty because a lot of my friends just happen to be Korean because I work in IT. And I'm just like, I can't, because when you try to talk to Negroes about stuff like that, they don't want to hear it. Or when you try to approach people in my family, it's just tiring because I really want to, I don't want to abandon people because I just feel bad, but I'm just beginning to realize like I can't grow with these people. It's just stressful talking to them because they're all this rioting and then looting and all sort of stuff, and they're destroying the neighborhoods. I'm just like, it's chaos. I just don't think you can fix this community anymore. I just think that there's no hope for this community right now. I just don't think there is.
Hey,
I gotta
y'all
go.
just let it burn, man.
You got a YouTube dark space, like a YouTube
Yeah, I
channel?
have a YouTube.
All right, cool. Is it the same as your screen name on here? I'll look it up.
Yeah, Dark Space 398. Yeah,
Okay.
it's the same one.
Cool. Yeah, man. Like the last thing I gotta say is, you know, don't be afraid of being something that people don't want you to be. Like,
Yeah, man.
like as far as I'm concerned, like, you know, I'm learning a bunch of languages right now. I never thought that I'd be learning this stuff. I'm bilingual anyway, but the whole thing is like, you know, fight for who you are. Fight for you being the better version of you. Like everything is so easy now. If you want to learn something, it's there. You know what I mean? Just do what you got to do. You know, and if you're doing something that's out of pocket compared to what a lot of people think, because most people over there don't do what you're going to do, that's basically giving you the signal that it's time to go, because they're not going to respect you when you level up and do the things you're supposed to do anyway. Sometimes you just got to be able to listen to this stuff with just in silence, man. That's all.
Yeah, what's going on, Nagon 11? What's going on, man?
What's going on, Nagon?
Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on, man? What languages do you speak, man?
I speak English, Tulu, Kannada, Hindi, and Urdu. So.
And what? What's the other one?
Urdu.
Urdu. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Those East Asian, you know, those
All,
languages.
yeah, pretty much. And then I kind of speak Spanish too, but I'm kind of dusting it off. So that's why I was saying.
Yeah.
I'm relearning.
Well, it's good, man. It's good to
thing, man.
like travel around different parts of the world. You know, it's a good thing, man.
Yeah, because the biggest thing that I realized is when you go somewhere, right, and you're able to speak the language that they speak, at first they don't know how to take it, and then they're gonna give you everything. Like they're gonna tell you where the spots are. They're gonna tell you where the cool beaches are, et cetera, and you're gonna make friends for life just because you knew the language and you were cool enough to understand what the culture was like. I'm telling you, like
I've seen that immensely. That you're hitting it right in the head. You know, I've gone to different countries and, you know, speaking, you know, a couple of different languages, you know, that I've learned.
For sure.
And I found people were very, very, very open to you when they see that, you know their language. And yeah, it gives you have a slightly different experience. You know, I mean, it's a good experience to travel, but if you do have the language skills as well, you even get even more integrated into the culture. That, you know, you can go, and then you can go to different places where, let's say the kind of tourist may not go, because they're not going to really be able to talk to people, where you're going to have a different, you know, kind of a deeper experience. You know, you're going to encounter things a little differently.
Sure.
So, you know, deeper. So yeah, I love it, man. I think, you know, that's, you know, the brothers who do. I know a lot of us do not travel like that, but the few who do will have great experiences. I would just suggest many more of us have those experiences as well. Learn more and travel more, I think, is very, very important.
Yeah, and the thing I want to say too is once you learn Spanish, like you got to realize that the whole artery of Latin America is wide open for it.
Well,
so,
you know, hablo español perfectamente.
Yeah.
You know, me gustaría hablar contigo un momento, pero tú no hablas, ¿eh? Tú no hablas español. Hablo un poquito.
There you go.
You only speak a little? Well, if you speak a little, it's good, man. But I mean, Spanish is a great language. You got a whole continent below you. You got Europe, so forth. You know, that's there. You know, Asia doesn't have a lot of Spanish spoken there. There's more Portuguese.
For sure. There's a lot of Portuguese spoken there. So
yeah. East Timor and these places, you know. So, you know, I know Portuguese as well.
Oh, cool. There you go.
Yeah. See, follow muito. See, so you know, I like it, but like I said, it gives you just a lot more opportunity to kind of get out there, because Spanish, I think, is important because you got a whole continent below you,
For sure.
whole
For
continent,
sure.
man. A whole
For sure.
freaking continent.
Absolutely.
So, you know, and that's just not including Central America and so forth. So yeah, I think it's very good, man. You know, knowing languages are very good. I think Spanish is easier to learn.
Yeah.
And, you know, it is, and it's a little bit more practical, I think, here for the United States and South America. But the languages you've learned or whatever, are even a bit more exotic. Less
For sure.
brothers are going to know them, but if you know those languages, you're definitely going to have great experiences. I think sometimes I just get a little tight with, you see brothers that are here and they just are so tied to the wheel here in so many ways. And, you know, you see how they think and it's a little more parochial, but I think, you know, you branch out, the thought process changes a bit. And I would like more brothers to have that kind of experience as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, like I remember when I used to travel, like it was so closed. Like, because I traveled before the internet. So, you know, you travel with stuff like travel agents and they know everything. And then you've got to basically get people from there that basically hook up hotels because they've got international connects, but only they know what the international connects are.
Yep.
You know, now all the connects are 2 mouse clicks away. You know, an Airbnb, an italki, if you want to learn a language, you know, depending on, you know, where you want to learn it, what kind of dialect you want to learn it, it's all there, man. For like less than $10 an hour, you can learn a language. It's crazy.
It is. No, you're hitting it right. You're hitting it on the head. You know, I've been on this trip for 25 years. So, you know, I certainly understand this quite well, and man, I'd love and you're on it, and I would love more brothers to that way as well.
Another tip. This is the last tip I want to throw out is, if you want to go learn a language, humble yourself and go to like a Mexican market or a Persian market or something like that, and just say, hey man, like I'd like to learn your language. Just straight up tell them, because I'm in California, right? So I've got Mexican people everywhere at the Mexican markets, regardless of whether, you know, it's people I work with, et cetera, and they basically let me know. It's just like, hey man, like what kind of Spanish do you want to learn? Is it Mexican Spanish, or is it European Spanish? You know, and obviously most of them speak Mexican Spanish because they're Mexican. But the thing is, like, you know, you start talking to them, chopping it up, they'll give you everything. Like, I've even got like friends of mine that basically said, hey, like, I'll sit down with you and we'll start learning Spanish together, like just on Facebook, like voice chats and stuff like that. So like we're so open to doing this stuff.
Do people like it? And people they're actually kind of honored if you speak to them in their language. They like.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. They're even honored if you say it in a broken way. You know what I mean? It's like como se dice spinach, you know, or something like that, right? And then they're like, oh, well, this is how you do it, you know, or something like that.
People from other cultures, they a lot of them, they want Americans to learn their culture, learn their language. You know, that's how they are. They want it.
Yeah, they do. They like it a lot, and then they become much more comfortable with you when you're doing that, and then they like to see it. They become very comfortable with that. They're very, very, very comfortable with you learning that language, and then the more you learn it, the better you learn it, the more comfortable they'll be with you, and the more the world will open up to you there. And that's just how it is. They, you know, then they're very comfortable with you at that stage. They really like that, so they know, and they're kind of honored by it. They're honored by you doing that. So they'll help you. They'll give you more words, and they'll really, you know, you become conversational. You know, like I said, you know, my ex-fiance in Brazil, you know, I took all the classes here, and you know, and I had to study books and all that, and you know, you find, you know, if you go to another country and let's say you get really close, and let's say you meet a nice lady, she's going to help you learn a lot of the language, you know. You know,
Yeah.
she's, you know, who you close with. I mean, I was part of my experience, you know, overseas, Russian as well, you know, and so forth, learning a lot of that language, which I was just there, and I picked you know, a lot of it up. And you know, the Russian ladies were very the ones that you got close with, they were very willing to, you know, to show you how to say certain things. So
Yeah.
you picked up a lot that way. So there's a
And,
lot there's a lot to learn, and travel, you know, definitely gets your IQ up. It definitely gets you smarter. There's no doubt about it. So you
also,
guys are talking my language.
and I guess you and Yori was uh was implying this is that when you become acquainted
Yep.
with people who are from overseas, they will
Yep.
actually connect you with relatives
That's right.
in their native countries and say, hey, listen, you can sleep at this person's house, yo, if you
Right.
need to come in. Yeah.
That's right.
And they'll
That's
tell,
right.
yeah, because I got a friend right now, a buddy right now, who, you know, told me that anytime I want to visit Brazil, you know,
Oh, shit.
I have
There
to
you go.
contact her and she'll connect me to her father's house in Bahia.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been to Bahia quite a few times. I love it out there, and you know, I have an apartment down there myself. So you know, I rent.
There you go.
And there's two females in Thailand that, man, they desperately want me to come over there and see them.
Get on out
there. And somebody in Colombia too. She want me to go see her. I'm like, wow, man, it was just this COVID-19 thing just messed me up.
Yeah. Colombia. I was there 2017. I was out there. You know, Colombia's off the chain. There are a lot of great spots, but I tell you, go out to Thailand during the Songkran when that's going on, and you'll have a lot of fun. And go out to Phuket, hit that. That shit is crazy, crazy fun. Yo, you know what I'm talking about? The it's just crazy. It's just it is Disney World for men, and you're just gonna have a great ass time, man. Great fucking time. You will cry when you get on that fucking plane. Trust me, when you got to eat, you will cry like a 3-year-old. And you know that that's the kind of shit I'm talking about.
People tell me that.
You know,
sorry to interrupt.
People go ahead, man. Go ahead, fam. Go ahead.
Tell me that when they visit Brazil, Colombia, Thailand, the Philippines, they tell me the same. They tell me the same thing.
Man,
and when they go back home, when they on their way to the airport and go back home, they're in tears.
Man, I've seen big grown ass men cry in South America, Brazil as well. Big grown. I'm talking about grown ass men crying like children when they had to leave. And just the experiences were just so off the chain. It stains your brain differently. And sometimes you almost kind of resent being here and dealing with some of the rock-headed shit that goes on over here, because you just know where you can go to totally even the score in so many ways. That's why I say brothers should travel, and you're going to get love. You're going to get a lot of love in other places. People don't understand what it's like. I mean, I don't know. I was in Colombia in these places. I felt like I was the female and they were the males. They were grabbing on you and grabbing on. Most guys don't know what it is to be the bitch. They don't understand what that is. They don't understand. They have never experienced that. What it's like where you're the one who's being highly desired and they're jumping all over. Most cats have never had that. This is an alien experience to many. And when you go there and you have that, it's migrant. You know, you can get along with women here, but when you over there and you are terribly on, it's a whole different game. And then when you got the language game going and you go to certain places and everybody's trying to get with you, it's over with, man. And it's a brain staining experience that will change you. You will be changed. Most guys don't know that, and they get upset when you talk about it. And what the fuck, you got to go over there to get that, man? Bruh, these are guys that just don't know, and I don't even argue with them anymore. I don't even.
Yeah. Where'd you save yourself from?
What'd you say?
Save yourself from.
Save yourself from? I didn't get you. I'm sorry, fam. I'm not catching you here.
And I said, what are you saving yourself from?
We mean, what am I saving myself from? What do you mean? Are you saying save myself from here, or I'm not? The name of the game is to definitely have a much wider berth. You're a brother. You should have a wider berth out here. The world should be more of your. The world should be a bigger place for you. It just shouldn't be some foreign. You should have another city outside of the United States, in another country, that you call a second home. You should in my mindset, this is what you should have. All right. When you come back here to the States, your mind is not caught up in such a way where you worry so much about what maybe any one of these sucker-laid females or any of these sucker-laid Negroes are thinking. It's not going to fuck with you. You're not going to get uptight about it because it's not going to mean anything. Why is it going to mean anything? Because you know that you're dealing in a much wider base. It's a wider world. So your options and how you think are far broader than they are from a parochial kind of mindset. You become you just become a more well-versed guy. You understand that you have very few limitations. If you just want to reach out, you have very few limitations. Where I think a lot of people here who don't do this, they get caught up and they have limitations, and they know they're limited, and they want you to stay here and stay limited with them, and they resent you. Actually, they resent you for having these experiences. Many of them do resent you for that knowledge, and the women certainly do, because they understand that it's that here they are, a 2 or 3 thinking they're live, and then you look over at another country and they'll be a 7.5 or a halfway decent 8, and they think they're a 3 or 4 because there's so many other more beautiful women, and you'll get a more genuine experience from them than what you'll get over here. And it's a different mindset, and it's kind of hard to speak on unless you've been there. Those who have understand it. So that's why I say, you should have those kind of experiences. You should know that there are a lot of wider options, and how you are more embraced. Like my ex-fiance from Brazil right now, she called me up the other day. She goes, Carlos, why don't you come down here? Get out of the United States, because the news is so bad coming out of this country, and brothers getting shot up and shit. They're like, come here, man. I ain't trying to go up there. Come here. Get the fuck up out of there. These guys, they're fucked up in that spot. Come down here. Y'all are crazy up there. You got the president of Ghana and all that. Leave America. Come here to Ghana. Come here. Come back home. Fuck this shit. You did crazy motherfuckers over there. That shit is whack. That shit is just, it's a waste of time. And you got these sisters who will treat you like gold. Why would you want to stay here and deal with and deal with bullshit and then say, it's good? That's the difference. Those who travel internationally know. They have a better idea of this.
Isn't it? Oh, go
ahead. Go ahead. Isn't
it funny how a lot of these women from overseas so want brothers to move out and just be with them? They just, and it's so funny because you have a lot of people in these spaces, who talk about the quote unquote barefooted chick, the dirty feet chick that's living in some sort of hut somewhere. That's how they describe females living overseas, but it's really the other way around. A lot of females are not even willing to come to the United States. They want you to move over there and be with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to recognize that. I mean, they're just stunting for the actual environment here, which I'm fine with them doing. Is what I'm not fine with is people actually taking them seriously, because they're trying to maintain their control and stake within the environment by using your actual labor, like without your labor actually being within this environment, their actual place in it actually means nothing. And so this is why you have to make it quite normal for you to leave this stuff alone.
The game here is fucked. This brother who just got his spine torn out the frame. Guess what happened? His woman called the cops on him.
Oh, yeah.
You don't see that going. I mean, we haven't talked about that, gotten into it, but his brother had this sister. She called the cops on him, fam. Supposedly had some domestic dispute. Next thing you know, guns are popping, spines getting removed. And this is what this is the kind of fuckery you're dealing with here. You go to a lot of other
Oh, man.
places. Fuckery's
Just deserve a better life and a better chance at it, man. It's just that
you know.
at this point, they got a lot of shit to prove to us. We ain't got shit to prove to them. We got to make it very normal to leave these people the fuck alone and have abject disdain for them. I don't give a fuck how far it fucking goes. At this fucking point in time, this is just where we got to be at, man. Like they have no problem spreading their fucking propaganda and the shit that they want on other people. And we just gotta be just as fucking bold. We got a better fucking mission for at least one half of the fucking conversation. They don't. They don't give a fuck about that shit.
You know, it's funny. It's like this little girly who I'm seeing here. She has some issues with me, but she hears me speak Spanish, hears me speak Portuguese, and she resents it. She resents that I have this knowledge. She resents that I know some Italian. I know some Russian. You know, picking up some Swahili. She has resentments of this, and there's a reason for why they resent you on this to a certain level, because they know that if you have these communication skills or abilities, that means you're not tied here. You're not tied to the wheel. They don't have anything. They don't have anything really over on you. They just don't.
One
You
thing I
know.
realized. Oh, sorry.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, go ahead. You gonna say something? Go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to say, speaking of that, one thing I realized is that they truly don't want black men, especially young black men, to be educated and smart. And that's because they low-key know that if they can paralyze our minds and our bodies and to keep us in the community, that's the only reason why we would stay, is because we don't have a choice. But when we have a choice, we basically leave.
Because
Yeah.
the thing is,
Well, I just want to say this. If you want to talk about a community, you got a community. Here we talking about community. Go to this, buy this. You do community. Here's a brother paying child support, doing what he has, got his kids in the car. Girl calls the cops on him, and he gets torn out the frame. What kind of community are you talking about? This goes on a lot. This goes on. This is just something that we just see today that just happened here during the COVID thing. But this goes on a lot. What kind of community are you really talking about? There's a lot of questions here. That's why I say, you have to really look to the outside. You should be a citizen of the world as opposed to just being a citizen here. And that quite in fact will give you a lot more power, and people have to deal with you differently. They will just have to deal with you differently.
The thing is in regards to what Nagone said, in regards to Nagone's prior comment and what Dark Space was saying when y'all was describing how a lot of females here do not want so-called black males to be educated and what have you, it's because deep down inside they know that these types of females know that they have absolutely nothing to offer.
But say that one more again. Say that again.
Deep down inside, these types of females know that they have nothing to offer.
Oh, excuse me a second. Would you say that one more again?
Mm-hmm.
Because these types of females know, deep down inside, these types of females know that they have nothing to offer. Nothing whatsoever. And once so-called black males gain a certain level of skills and a certain level of accolades and advance themselves in society, guess what? They will understand their own value and then realize that those types of females have nothing to offer, and then they'll ship out and find something better. These types of females know that, so they will try to do anything it takes to keep you underneath them. And the thing is, this is the thing. A lot of people, a lot of so-called black males in these spaces, they sort of fear that. They fear, it's a strange paradox because they fear the fact that so-called black females want to keep them under, but the reality is there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. Just do what you have to do in order to advance in society. And it's not that hard.
You know what? I would even say, like, how much, what is it gonna take? Black men know what we're dealing with. Look at the marriage rate. Look at abortions. Look at the bullshit that black women put black men through. At some point, black men gonna have to walk the fuck away, leave these bitches by themselves. You know why? Because they gonna have to understand that, you know what? This guy got value, he got standards, and she's not gonna want to live up to it. This is the reason why I've been completely good by myself. I saved a lot of money. Man, my health has gotten better. I don't fuck around. I don't deal with black women. I don't hate them, but I really don't deal with them because I think all of them, they all do the same shit. And I've been with decent women, women who had nice houses, degrees. She's still doing the same shit as the bottom of the barrel bitch. This is why
Yeah, that's a fact. You hitting that shit on the head, man. I mean,
and this is why I don't put it past them. I mean, I don't disrespect women or nothing like that, but I will just look at the situation like, nah, typical black woman fucker.
It gets you killed.
You see, this is my thing. You guys are sitting here. A lot of these guys are trying to reset the clock, renegotiate what you can't really negotiate with, and you're seeing this thing going down time and time again. Child support craziness, cop calling, back getting blown out, all kind of crazy shit. And I ain't talking about no back blown out, no sex, back getting blown out with bullets and all this kind of this. It's too much of this going on. And and you see these brothers, well, you gotta get this black when they talking all this crazy. Half of them are hating on you anyway, because that you're getting out. So some of these brothers can't leave because they've gotten all kind of felonies on them, and they done fuck their shit up, and they can't go anywhere really.
Yep.
They fuck shit all up, and they're caught in here, and they're trying to tell you to stay here and rot with them. And my view is, when you see that should make you run out of here and make other moves as fast as possible. And these guys will tell you, well, get out of here, keep run. That doesn't bother me to hear that, because my view very simply is once you start to do that and you start to free your mind up, then you realize you don't have a lot of restrictions. The name of the game is don't feel that you have to be restricted. I've got women from other countries saying, make moves. Look at what's on this media. I ain't going to your country. That shit is fucked up. Come down here. Come over here. Man, come over here. I got you, man. Come on, I got you, man. You ain't got to worry about that shit. What? So they're looking at this shit like we're crazy up in here, man. We're crazy up in here dealing with this shit. You are dealing with the madness of the world, and the sickest folks going, and you guys are trying to embrace this. You're trying to negotiate that. What y'all thinking? So, that's how a lot of them feel, and a lot of us who can travel and get around a lot know that there are a lot of other opportunities. I was talking to one brother, he went to Africa, and, he got these sisters beautiful sisters climbing all over him like there's no tomorrow. And, there's a brother who works, does fairly well for himself, decently. And these sisters are just on him like ants to sugar. I mean, it's crazy, and with my beautiful sisters. So you think that that you can't replace this woman? That she's not replaceable by brothers who are very capable of doing that? She's replaceable. She is.
The shit is just crazy.
I'm saying you go to these places, and when you start seeing the panacea and you start seeing these people are all over you like crazy, then you start thinking, well, why did I do this a long time ago? And so a lot of guys call SYSBM and all that. All that's well and good. My view is just travel the world a little bit. You should have another city outside of the United States that you call home as well. I always say, Bahia, Rio de Janeiro, and meu segundo lar. That's my second home. That's my second place. That's that's where I lay my hat. And there's a lot of other places I like to go, but I close my eyes. I'm on Ipanema Beach, man. I'm there. Hey,
And
what it
and
is.
what else? And what else too? Like I've understood this even when you ever been in a situation where people from other races, men from other races, like if you work with them or you go to school or something like that, and they ask you, why do y'all deal with these women?
Facts.
Many times.
Every black man know that. And what that means is psychologically, they understand that the black man situation with his woman is unique. This is why I'm all about taking the power back. And one of the ways that the black man could take the power back is keep your options open. Leave them the fuck alone. Do not do shit for them. Don't help them. Don't. Guess what? I just had a childhood friend. You know what I'm saying? She's decent black chick, even though. Anyway, she asked me to help move her furniture, and I said no. And she was upset. I'm not gonna fucking move your furniture. You asked the nigga that you got kids with to do it. And we friends. I went to school with you, but you didn't fuck your life up so bad. You think you're gonna have me come help you? No, I'm not gonna do it. She was upset, man.
I ran into that with some older black chick who I knew from the time I was a kid. She was over there in New Rochelle, didn't have anyone to shovel the driveway. I said, "Oh, you should just pay somebody to come over and shovel your driveway." I was kind of goofing with her on Facebook, and then she got indignant with me. Yeah. Well, there used to be gentlemen around, but you're not a gentleman, and you won't be. I'm like, hold on a second. Had you asked me nicely, I would have come over and helped you. But I was just playing with you. But you're so fucked in your head that you can't even deal with this shit. I could play with you a little bit. You got so fucking angry. You're so fucked up that you came at me sideways, got pissed at me, got an attitude when I was possibly would have helped you. And she asked me, "Carl, can you come over there and help me, shovel my stairs down? I can't really get out." I'm saying, "Yeah, I'll help you out, no problem." I would have said that. I wouldn't have told her no. But the fact that I was goofing with her for a second, and I was just goofing, and her vitriol just poured out of her horrible, nasty soul that she ultimately, had here. The nasty venom, the venom came out of her. And I said, look at this black snake up in here, coiled up, hood out, fangs out, just looking like something from the pit of hell.
That's that entitled mentality. That's that entitled mentality. They think they own black men.
Getting mad at me, and then I cut her off, and then I was online talking to one of her Portuguese friends, a female, speaking in Portuguese. She jumps into the conversation later. Why are you talking to him? He's riffraff and all this. Riffraff? Me? Riffraff? I've known you for years. You know where I live. Me? Riffraff? But she was trying to block because her girl was getting into me, talking with me. And we were talking in the conversation, writing in Portuguese. It wasn't in English. And she comes in to block and act like a savage. And I said, look at these sisters. And what was bad about it was the brasileira. She looked at that and said, damn, Adrian, what's up with you, man? Why don't you fall back? What's up? Just played herself. I mean, that's these sisters. That's how a lot of these sisters think, man. That's how a lot of these sisters feel about you. And you have to understand that. And I know for a lot of guys, it's a tough titty to suck. They don't like dealing with it. They want you to sit there and negotiate with this. I'm going to negotiate with that. Why? Yeah. Tell me why.
I'll give you a better one. Listen, I'll give you a better one, bro. My mother last year called herself not talking to me because I came to her house with a white woman and I stopped by and said, "Hey, mother, how you doing?" Yada, yada, and all that. And she hated me because I had a white woman with me. Now, the thing about it is, this white girl was a genuine chick. I met her. We had a decent conversation. And she was more like, I like that. You seem like an average type of decent guy. And I came over there, and I can just see the fucking blood from my mother's eyes, man. She hated me for it, man.
I had a
disrespect me like that.
I had a white girl who I was friendly with. I won't say how deep the relationship went, but she was from Romania, but came here and pretty much grew up here. And she was one of these kind of political chicks or whatever. And sometimes these white girls will tell you the truth about things. And she said, well, the reason why I like, I'm looking for like really a serious black boyfriend is because you guys will treat us better. And I says, what do you mean by that? We'll treat you better. You guys come from a culture more so where you have the women around, and you guys are around a lot more women. Your women don't treat you well, but you know how to treat women well. Your women don't well, you know how to treat women well. So we know that if we get with you and you're all right, we're probably going to get treated better than where we get treated before. And they talk about some of the dysfunction of your community that they see, that they know that they can come in and literally get better treatment from you than your woman, because they know your woman's going to treat you like some shit.
And you know what's crazy? Oh, sorry.
And they know that. And I had a white woman tell me this about 2 years ago. A white woman sit down and tell me this. And I'm sitting there saying, damn, these bitches can actually get balls enough to tell you just how fucked up your bitch is.
Man,
it's highly fucked up. It's highly fucked up.
I went through that too.
Yo, After Dark Space Speaks. I have a story for y'all, man. Speaking
Go
of
ahead, man. Go ahead. Tear it out,
Right.
man.
dark
Do it.
space, dark
But
space. Yeah,
you know what's so crazy is that I was dealing with a black ex actually like 3 years ago because I was in my freshman year. And what's crazy was that she would give me all sorts of hell. But then as soon as she got with this white dude, it went from, ninja cooking for yourself to Brad, what do you want for dinner? And
Oh
I'm like, yo,
yeah.
this
Oh
is
yeah.
crazy as hell. I'm like, so
Oh yeah.
for brothers is an FU attitude. I'm gonna make your life a living hell. But then as soon as they get with white dudes, it's a and that's when I give up with the whole race loyalty. I just realized they hate us.
Oh yeah. They
Like,
get in order real quick when they get white man. They real soft spoken. They do all that. Y'all see how they act with these white men.
natural
Hey,
hair and everything.
You could
My
see it in the
thing is,
workplace. You could see it in the workplace.
let them do. I mean, that's their thing. Let them do it. Don't get in the way of that. Let it be. Let it go.
Yeah.
Let it be.
Yeah.
Why do I say that? You shouldn't have any issue with that because when you then decide to make your move and roll with another situation, they got nothing to say. There's nothing to say about it. There's nothing to say. If they want to do that on that side, then you can do that on this side. No problem. It's all good. Don't even concern yourself with what they're doing. High five them. High five their ass in the middle of that. High five them. Keep it moving. Then do your thing. Don't worry about anything. That's what I say. You don't worry about anything else. I mean, just don't worry about them because a lot of them are running around here doing the most. They out here doing the most, and then they expect you to sit here and kiss their ass. That shit is crazy. There's no reason for that.
They
So
make books.
just let them do what they do. You do your thing. Keep your game right, and you do your thing, and look out for the best option for yourself. And that is there are a few black women out here, but a very small number, but a few who get it, who understand this. There are a few who get it. There are a few who get it. If you run into them and they truly do understand it, you can deal with them. But for the most part, many of them are out of it, out of the game. And I don't see why you should be up in there fighting, kids all up in the car, she calling the cops coming in here blowing your spine out and all that. You don't need all that, man. Put them bags down, fam. Put them bags down. You don't need to carry that bag. That's a bag you don't have to carry. You really don't. And your strength is truly being able to walk away from that. That is your strength. Whether you understand that or not is another question. But that is your strength. That is your power.
Feet don't fail me now.
That really is your power, and I'm not here to talk all sideways about, all women you have to watch out for to certain degrees, but the attitude you have for many of these black women, how they feel about you and how they really see you out here, you don't need to necessarily deal with that. You don't have to. That's all I would say. I've been trying to get guys to travel with me for years. Only small amounts do, but those who do, they're changed forever. And that's all I can say, man. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say about that.
I got you. What's your story, Wacky? You had a story after Dark Space.
Go ahead, Wack. Break it down.
Oh yeah, because I see y'all was speaking about Nagone and Zach was speaking about the little interracial experience, right? So when I was in my 20s, I befriended this Caucasian female, right? Cool, down to earth female, very cool, very fine looking. But I didn't know she had the hots for me until I guess I was trying to get with this one sister, for lack of a better word, right? Man, and when the female, she was from where was she from? She was from Ukraine. She was a Ukrainian female, right? So when the Ukrainian,
that's a great spot.
That's a nice spot, Wacky. Shout out to you.
Yeah. When the Ukrainian female found out who I was speaking to, I don't know if she had some psychic powers, and I don't know if she was like maybe a clairvoyant, but the Ukrainian female told me how if I got into relations with this black female that I was trying to get with, because at that time I was on this super duper pro black shit. So I was like, nah, man, I'm not going to sit there and diss this sister for this white girl, but the Ukrainian female, the Ukrainian friend of mine who had the house for me, she told me what would happen if I got with the sister. And she told me exactly how it would end and exactly the hell that I would go through being with her. And don't you know she was right? Damn, don't you know she was right? And then the thing is, you know, after this, when I got with the sister and she put me through hell and I broke up with her, you know, the Ukrainian female ended up moving back to Ukraine and we lost contact. And I was like, damn. And I always felt that if I got with her, it would have been something special. But me getting, you know, in my early 20s, me becoming this super duper fake pro black guy, you know, that end up destroying an opportunity with me being with such a genuinely good woman.
Yep.
You know, but you know, you live and you learn.
I got a
go
ill
ahead.
story. I was traveling around. This was in the late '90s, and I had a pretty serious breakup with the wife at the time, and I had decided to move. I had decided to move about the world a little bit during this period, and I had gone to Russia and so forth, and then I had taken another trip out to Denmark. I was in Copenhagen and so forth, and I met a.
Damn, Nagone, you've been moving around, man.
It was. Yeah. No. I was. You know, I've walked the earth like kung fu, but it was kind of ill. You know, I was just there. I was, you know, hanging out. And you know, I wanted to swing out over, you know, in Sweden. I wanted to go to Tivoli Gardens and all. So I wanted to see a lot of different spots, just to roll through. But making a long story short, I met a young lady, and I was at this place, Radskelter. It was just an easy spot. She knew I was American brother, and we were just drinking and we were just hanging out. And this girl was, I would say, here she was about an American white girl. I would say 8.5, 9, somewhere around there. I mean, way off. I mean, just off the chain. I mean, just maybe even just crazy legs. I mean, just crazy. Anyway, we were rapping, and you know, what I was shocked, what I was very surprised about was how much African American history that they had studied, and how they knew about your civil rights movement. They knew the players and all that. They knew MLK, just loved them, and they were aware of a lot of your background and so forth. And I remember we went to this one play, and you had this one woman. She actually came out as a black female. You could say black face, but she came out as a black female and was trying to articulate, you know, black people's issues, and these people were all serious about it. I was like, what is this? It was just strange to me. It was just that here people are just gritting on your culture and just really wanting to know who we were. And this was going, had I not been there, this still play would have been going on, but she took me to this, and I thought I would be offended, but I wasn't, because it wasn't offensive. This was a woman trying to express herself as a black woman and what black people will experience in the United States. It was a whole different game. I was just like, what is this? You know, and these people were really trying to study who you were. And here I was as a black person, and I was terribly on. And I was with this woman. So we ended up getting very close. Very close during this period. And I was in my mid, moving to my late 30s. But we ended up hooking up really close, and I was making trips back and forth there. Then I came back here to the United States. Ultimately, the ex-wife, she saw that I was getting very close with this person over there in Europe, and she decided, I'm going to get back with them. And we decided to get back because I had young kids, and I just was going to try to see if I could make the marriage work. Make a long story short, we ended up breaking up. I knew her father. Her father was a guy who had an oil company, and he was in marketing. And he wanted me to live there. He wanted me to work with his oil company and so forth. And they had a little bit of money, and I had gotten along with her family very well. I ended up breaking up with her painfully, and father called me, listen, she really cares for you. She cares for you. You should come back here and speak with her. Here's this man calling me up, a father calling me up to come back here to talk to his daughter. I mean, it was,
wow.
it was a whole different experience. But one day I was on the phone talking with her, and the wife comes and grabs the phone out of my hand, and then homegirl gave it to her. She was like, the only reason why you're trying to get back with him is because You know I'll treat him better than you. You just want him because you know he's in love with me. And this is what you're trying to do. You're trying to break him up, and you will fuck him over in the end before it's all over. You don't give a fuck about him. Wife screamed, threatened to kill her. They had a big fight over the phone and all that. Tore the phone down and all this shit. It was crazy. But she called it. She called it to the T. It's exactly what it was. Exactly what it was. That's how that went down. And it was a unique experience in my life. And not to say that I'm running around with these white women and all that, but this was an extraordinarily gorgeous woman. My ex saw the pictures of her as well. And it was all about shut this down, shut it down, shut it down. And I made a decision, to go back. And it was a poor decision to say that. Unfortunately, it was. But I had to do what I had to do at the time. But that's an experience I had just in Europe that I had never encountered. I had never expected this, where I could have worked there and had a great job and everything else like that. I was here, I was a stockbroker doing very well. But here I hooked up with a decent family and they were ready to go forward with me. In a culture and society that you would think, had you not traveled there, you would think that wouldn't be the case. And when you went there, it so much was the case. This was before Obama and so forth. And this is how they had perceived you, as something almost somewhat special, unique. And it's hard to express this unless you had gone there and experienced this. And it was unique. And I'm just saying, even if it didn't end well, it was still a great experience. And I just still think brothers should experience this kind of thing in many different parts of the world and just kind of get around and see where your game is. And right now you're more on than you might believe. I say Obama helped you immensely, even though people say, oh, you hate Obama, he was the worst. That motherfucker put you on internationally. You became an international player at that stage, meaning that you're in. You are accepted as leadership material of the world.
Yeah,
literally.
But you know what though? You know what else though? Think about Obama. Think about the bullshit he goes through with his wife, and also see, this is the thing. This is the.
Well, let's not talk about that.
No, I'm just saying. But look, this is one thing I learned about black women and women of other races. I've learned this personally. I learned that in my situation, with my kid's mother, in the beginning before the kids, it was all right. But then after I had my daughter, I realized that for me personally, black women have a problem with authority. I will never forget, my daughter was 1 year old, but she just turned one. I had the little baby around this time. And I told her, I said, look, I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't want no tree in my house. And if you with me, you're not going to celebrate it. Man, she fucking hated me for it, man. And I said, you're not going to lie to my kids with that. I don't want to grow up. I don't want my kids to grow up like that. And she just disregarded it. So I tried to, keep it together. All your black men, stay in the house, your father, make it work. And I realized that these black women have a fucking rebellious attitude when it comes to being put in order. They don't want to respect order. But because I know
it all depends on the man. You get bread. They gonna try to give them that respect.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get that. That's not really designed for you. So you have to understand what you're dealing with here. No, they don't really respect you like that, and that's part of the problem. Others can and will, given the right circumstances. But here, on the whole, most don't. You have some who do. And like I said, I'm not going to throw every single black female underneath the bus here, because I've seen a few who've actually operated properly. Like properties that I got involved with up in Connecticut, there was this one sister. She's rolling with this one brother. He's an accountant. She happens to be a corrections officer, but she does it right. She and his brother have grabbing a lot of property. They own a lot together, and they're making really good moves. Very sound, intelligent, strong business moves, and they're doing well. And this is a sister who gets it, and I spoke with her about this. I said, you're kind of unusual. You kind of get it, and I was like, do you talk to any of these? You should be talking to a lot of these black women that you deal with in these jails and stuff. She said, let me tell you something. I can't deal with them. They can't listen. They don't even want to listen to me. They don't want to listen to me.
I mean, they hate each other.
She said they don't want to listen to her. They think she's fucked up because she tries to really give him game, and they do not. When I say game, really give her the understanding of what you have to do when you get out of here, get your life right, get it well, and put a lot of things, put certain things on the back burner, put other things on the front burner. They don't want to hear from that. They think they got it all figured out. They talk to her sideways. She doesn't even want to deal with them. So I see a lot of sisters who understand what's up, don't want to deal with some of these sisters. They don't even want to deal with them.
Shout out to that woman, by the way. But that's a shame,
no.
Man. That's a shame.
She's highly butter laid. I give her a lot of credit. She's rolling with a brother. They are buying properties. They are money just drops on their heads. It's like blah.
That's a good thing.
Blah,
that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. That's a really good
thing. Dollars dropping like crazy. And they work together. She gets it. She understands the game. She sees it. She sees this thing for what it is. And that's a rare thing. And what I find very disturbing is the fact that she herself does not want to put herself out there because she feels that these women out here are so fucked up that when she gets out there and tries to talk to them, they don't want to hear shit from her. They don't want to know shit from her. And she's working a job, but yet making six figures on the other side of the game on almost a part-time business, moving houses and selling property, buying and selling, and so forth.
Yeah.
So but yet these women don't have no respect for her. They don't respect her.
They call her mammy.
They don't respect her.
That's that sisterhood shit. That's the sisterhood shit. See, black women have this mentality where they all want to get together. Like it just like, for example, like I'm not gonna put every black woman in this, but like I say, sometimes even a good black woman, when they quiet, to me they complicit in it because
I agree.
It's nothing for the good.
No, I agree with that. Go ahead, man.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
It's some good. No, I'm saying, but it's some good sisters out here, married, been with the man for years, kids doing good, and they probably do get it. But see, if you need enough sisters to really step up sometimes and be like, you know what? These men are right about you, dumbass women. And after that, what it does is a lot of other women will realize, damn it, well, if this woman's saying that, then it is a problem. But the problem with most black women, America already got their fucking hand up. They got their hand up the black women back. So the black women pretty much America guard dogs to black men. That's what I see. This is the reason why they'll call the police on you. They'll get all your shit. They'll take the kid from you. They'll put you through some bullshit because they have backup. This is why men have to walk away. You have no choice at this point. Whether you like it or not, or you're going to end up like one of these niggas. Like, y'all seen the footage of you seen the chick run that brother over?
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, if it spat on him. It spat on him.
You know what? Somebody should have busted her upside her motherfucking head. Somebody should have came and busted her upside her motherfucking head. But you know what? Women were in power. Well, you know what? He shouldn't have cheated. Well, you know what? You better not piss a black woman off. This is the shit we dealing with.
But for making the stallion, they make excuses for him.
Yeah, she ran him over and then took something and hit him over the head with it as he was run over.
And spat on him.
No, I saw this one. I saw this one.
Motherfucking head. They should have busted
this one guy. He was running across the street from in the gas station, running from his girlfriend. She was chasing him down with a car. She ended up hitting him off camera. But you saw this one brother literally running for his life, and here's this chick with a car on him with the pedal to the metal, closing in on him. And you saw him running across this gas station, running to another area where she just ran up and just ran him over. So I mean, you see a lot of that, and you see why these and it was a great euphemism. It was a great example of what that picture said was run for your life, man, run for your fucking life. And you got a lot of sisters out here that think this way. I say brothers should be very circumspect of many of these sisters and get out of this shit. Get out of this shit if you can. And we know every brother's not going to do it, but you have to have a certain mindset. You have to start developing a certain mindset out here, because even the ones who talk real nice up front and try to front, you push them, that venom comes out, and You know, this is just where we are. You know, and
you know what's crazy,
others
man?
should be.
I'm glad
I
I got my brother, and I'm glad I got my son. You know, my son 3, and my brother, he just made 21, and I took them fishing 2 weeks ago, and I
Right.
was
Nice.
talking to my brother. And I was talking to him because my granddaddy showed me how to fish and do electrician work, but I do maintenance at my job and I do electrician work. That's why I can understand where MOT coming from far as the productivity. I know how to work with my hands. I've been doing this shit since I was like 15. So I'm one of those regular black men that know how to fix shit. But I went through a lot of shit with sisters, and I used to notice the niggas who they didn't give shit to. And those were guys who didn't fix shit. Nigga couldn't read, right? He can't fix nothing. Don't know what a fucking wrench is. Don't know, like, it's crazy. Like, but anyway, I told my brother, you know, he just made 21. And I took him and my son, you know, fishing. But my son, he couldn't do nothing. He's 3. So, yeah, we fishing and we went out there to Indiana. It's a little lake out there. And I was telling my brother, like, when you're dealing with these women, because he at that age where he's dealing with the women, this is why I push back on these game niggas, because my brother coming in this space, I don't want him to hear no fucked up ass shit like what you stupid niggas talking about. You see what I'm saying? But you type of brothers, yeah.
Man, brothers, let me say, y'all should be out here knowing how to repair shit, know how to work with your hands. I mean, you know, the properties that I got.
Tell them to go.
No, the properties we got involved with this flipping, we did a lot of work ourselves. We learned how to do. You can make money being productive and understanding how to work with your own shit. That shit's money. Know how to cook yourself. All right, don't be counting on bitch to feed your ass. Know how to fucking handle your own game that way. Productive in all things, because you know you'll find after a while you don't. To have a woman after a while to be with you is somebody who's got to be your partner. You don't have to have them around. They don't have to be there with you to fuck your shit up. And that's the standards piece. I don't need anybody around here to fuck my shit up. I don't need that. And these brothers, they're too much on keeping these people around. They think they have to have them around to fuck their shit up. You don't need that. You don't need them. You don't need them when you're productive. And I'm not talking about this bullshit productivity these people talk about. I'm talking about you're trained, you can work with your hands, you can work with your mind.
We talking about brothers who can lay tiles down, brothers who can put walls up, brothers who know how to put doors up. We talking about that regular shit that a lot of brothers don't really know. Like, man, you got brothers who can't fix a damn tire, man. What? I've been doing that shit since 15. It's crazy.
And when these guys talking about productivity and putting in work, they're talking about going to the gym. That's all they talk about. It's ridiculous.
Man. Yeah. That's one aspect. That's for your physical health. But we talking about brothers being skilled as a man. When you by yourself, guess what? Your toilet fucked up. You take that motherfucker apart. You go to Home Depot, get you another one, set it up. I've done it. You put in that dope tunnel on your shit. I've done it. I didn't fix my own car. I've been doing this shit. I learned this about a lot of brothers, because I ain't judging no brothers, but learn how to have a damn toolbox. I told my brother, get you some tools, because I'm showing him shit how to do electrician work. You know, set up switches, outlets, put in ceiling fans.
Oh, you talking to real up in here. Yo. We getting ready to pull out. We getting ready to pull out my kitchen next week up in my crib. We getting ready to put a whole new kitchen in. That's me and my bro.
Yeah, there we go.
But we get ready to do our own kitchen game. Now, what will that be? That will be equivalent to a $50,000 job in anybody else's house.
Yep.
And I will do that for a fraction of the cost, and it will be butter laid when I'm done. And I'm gonna take some and flash it for you brothers to see this shit. Y'all gonna be like, that shit butter laid. But see, but this is what I'm talking about right now. And what you talking about right there, fam? Man, you just said a mouthful right there. A lot of cats not gonna get on that. I know some guys are not that handy, but you should be handy. You should learn how to be. You should learn how to be this way. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt. Be self-sufficient. Be able to do a lot of things yourself. You save yourself a lot of money by doing that as well. A lot of shit goes on, but you know it's tough, man. It's tough because you got these game guys out here talking crazy and talking about gaming some hoe, and well, you don't know how to game. I'll be gaming your bitch and she'll be giving me your money.
But nigga, you can't fix your tire, nigga.
These are the kind of guys you want to be right. I mean,
yo, check this out.
Dog. It's like
yo, check this out. I know this brother. He does a lot of home improvements. He's like Zach. He's very handy.
There we go.
And he's been working for himself for like almost 30 years. Traveling around the country. Okay, traveling not only in he been traveling different parts of the country and just working for himself. You know, it's just like he may work in one house, and then the person that he's working in the house for has a family member. He befriend that family member, and that family member says, "Hey, listen, I got a house in this state and that state." You know, and he traveling these states. Oh my gosh, this guy's been working for himself for over 30, almost 30 years. All right, so people don't even realize. Well, when I say people, I'm talking about our people. Don't even realize how much of a necessary skill it is to be handy. Okay, to
Wow.
know
Wow.
electrician work, to know
Un-
cosmetic work, to know how to put a even something as simple as putting up some sheetrock.
Thank you.
That's very valuable, in which you could always be self-sufficient, and the money will always come in, because when it comes to these types of things, somebody always needs their shit fixed.
And you know
That
it's
never
crazy,
runs out.
Wack. You know it's crazy, Wacky.
Sheetrock, hanging doors, all these kind of things.
Hanging doors, yeah.
And you know it's crazy. I had a $2,500 job, man, just to put 3 ceiling fans in 3 rooms. Come on, man. Like, you run that wire up. I'll say, look, and I'll be trying, and see, this is the reason why I talk like this, and this is the reason why I push back, because, like, thank God I have my granddad and my father, man. And that means a lot, which the manosphere made me realize, especially listening to you, brother, when y'all come with that good wisdom. I have my granddad. He was a skilled man. So is my father. My father was in the military and a college graduate. You see what I'm saying? I worked 2 jobs, but I learned this shit. I can tell a lot of the shit these little game niggas talking about. These niggas can't motherfucking put it. These niggas don't know what plywood is. These niggas don't know their tools. These niggas don't know how to do nothing. That is some black women shit. And that comes from being entitled. This is why they believe in the game so much. This is why they believe in, you see what I'm saying?
Think about this. Ask half these cats what an Allen wrench is. They be like, Allen wrench? Who is he? You know what I'm saying?
Now, I will say this. I will admit. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I would say, like, I'm a little bit more tech savvy than I am hand savvy, so I know how to, like, I'm actually do cybersecurity a little bit. So
there you go. That's it.
So
that's a
the
good
thing
thing
is,
too, brother.
My dad is a cybersecurity engineer, well, analyst now. So he checks over systems, administration systems, and BlackRock and stuff like that. And people were actually making fun of me before, because when I told people, because, like, I'm a basically IT nerd. Like, if you check out my playlist, you'll pretty much see nothing but, like, IT videos all day. That's just what I like to do. And it was so interesting because, like, when I used to get on the space a long time ago, because I've been on Black YouTube for about 3 years, and at first it was about productivity and actually helping people. And, you know, even some of the tech YouTubers used to be black, who are black, like Marquise Brownlee, stuff like that, I used to always look up to. But then, as Man of Tomorrow, many of you guys are saying, is that over time I began to realize that a lot of these people, they stopped talking about productivity, and they started to basically just, like I said, this game stuff. And it's just like, game does not help you set up a centralized Ubuntu software. Game does not help you like route a whole entire system or a database administrators all over the place. Like, game does not help you what is it called, pinch test stuff. It's like, I just be like, how, like, okay, it is a part of life, don't get me wrong, but why is it that it's like, because I dealt with a friend and he watched one of these stupid game YouTubers, and this guy, you know, he's a SoundCloud rapper. He don't really do much with his life. He work at Family Dollar. I'm not trying to diss him, but just being honest, he's like, what, 24 years old. And I'm like,
well, at least
dude,
you know the brother got a job.
Yo, he got a job.
Yeah.
But he got a job, but it's just like, he broke up with this girl because he's like, oh man, I'm high value, man. They should be chasing after me. You know, I'm about to be a rapper. I'm up next. And so I'm looking at his sales and his views, and I'm like, dude, like, you better get a trade. You better get into this IT stuff. So then I try to hand him a CCNA book, because I'm like, all right, this is some entry level certifications right here, because I'm on Cisco now. And he's like, oh man, I can't do it, man. I was like, what you mean? And he was like, oh man, it's just not for me. This is boring. And I'm like, boring? Like, you could be making $25 an hour starting off.
That's the black woman in them. That's the black woman in them right there.
Nah, man. Like I'm saying, you know, you hitting all this, hitting all this dead on the head, man. I mean, that's what I'm saying about being, you know, really productive and being, and then a lot of them, and seeing a lot of these folks, some of these Negroes, and some of these women will be like, yeah, well, you know, he ain't doing a job that, you know, that's sexy enough for me. He ain't really getting the kind of money I mean, you know, they got all kind. People got all kind of ill ways of thinking, man. So
Yep.
just look at some of this shit out here, and I just shake my head like, man, that's why you cannot worry about what a lot of these folks are thinking or saying, because that shit is a waste of time. Get
Take
your
ball
mind,
and go home.
get your money right. Like I've been saying, you know, you definitely get your body right, you know, and like I said, I don't believe you should be spending crazy money out here. Keep that overhead low, your savings high, you know, and really just make smart moves. I mean, and these are brothers who are making the advanced moves. A lot of these cats out here running and chasing and gaming behind these women. They don't go very far. They don't go very. They'll sit out, but they'll be on a YouTube channel sitting out there shaking their life savings their life savings.
Yeah, wrong moves, man.
It's funny you talking about.
You saw that too, Nicole?
Hey, look.
Counting that rent money. Counting that rent money. You know?
With middle of the mall jewelry.
Shaking his rent money.
With middle of the mall jewelry.
Throwing money out of an envelope, bro. Shit.
No, but you know what though? This is like I just told my little brother this. I just told my younger brother this. I got a method from my brother to win too, because you know what I did, man? Like, okay, I was down at one point, you know, and man, I saved my money for 2 years straight. I barely ate a lot. I barely spent shit. I wore the same shit. I took care of my kids. I saved my money till I had enough in my savings account. So I was living by myself. So I had everything in order. Now, that funny shit that nigga did, flashing money, that ain't no money. You can't go to your motherfucking bank where they got to really take time to go get your money. You don't know about that. You probably don't got life insurance. You probably ain't got good health insurance. You don't. Guess what? You're not a gun owner. Guess what? You don't have a passport. Look at what we're talking about. We're talking about the brothers who making shit happen. We're not talking about this funny shit when niggas flashing money like they can compete. That shit is a joke.
No. I looked at that. I said, this nigga. So I know a lot of cats with money. I know a lot of y'all probably do as well. And when you see a dude flashing that, he flashing his life savings. He over here trying to tell you a fucking scam story. He trying to game you right there. Yeah. And any man who's smart knows that that's bullshit. You know that's bullshit. Yeah. That's bullshit. Yeah. Richest guy that I know, he's not worth somewhere around $500 million or so. And this guy drives around Jeep Cherokee. He dipping around, you know, wearing dockside and shit. You wouldn't know this man has any money at all. Yeah. So, you know, and I see a lot of guys like this. So that's what I'm saying.
You know what it is, Nicole?
Don't get caught out here in this game shit. It's a scam. Anyway, go ahead.
You said some crazy cool shit. Because the richest people I know, bro, you wouldn't know that they were rich until you entered their house.
So hold on.
You can get
say that again.
You wouldn't know that they were rich until you entered their house.
Oh shit.
Yeah. On the outside, bro, they're driving Toyota Prius, like a 15-year-old Toyota Honda Accord, Honda Civic, making $700,000 grand a year with with shirts and stuff like that they get from Macy's for like $20.
It was actually about that. Speaking of that, I have a cousin who's a architect. He make like $300K. He's an architect. Because he's one of those like senior architects at I believe it was it's some company down there in Massachusetts. They pay a lot of money. So he shops at Walmart.
Let me tell you guys. Let me tell you guys something, right? Yo, my mentor, right? This guy taught me a lot on how to make money. He taught me a lot about the financial world, right? About finances. Yo, one day I went to his house, right? And because he does trading, right? And he does a lot of things, but one of the things he does trading forex. He showed me his computer screen. I'm like, motherfucker. I'm like, hold on. You just made 40 grand today?
Yeah.
The fuck? Yeah. And guess what? The brother drives in a scooter. Okay? Yeah. Your brother, you would not know that this guy is loaded just by seeing him.
And
Okay.
he's not going to touch that money.
No.
What he's going to do is consistently reinvest it, put more
Never
money in,
compromise it. Never
consistently
compromise it.
reinvest it. He's never going to touch that money. You're never going to know what's going on.
That's what he does. That's what he does.
You know, and that's these are the more intelligent
You're
cats.
blowing my cover, Wacky. You're blowing my cover.
You know what? You know what? This person who I'm talking about, he's
shout out to Dollar Will, by the way.
Yeah, no, go. I mean, I'll just say this. He's familiar in these spaces, and if he's watching this, he's probably saying what you already just said. Okay,
Yep.
You blow my cover.
Hey,
So if you're brother, if you're watching, sorry about that. Sorry for blowing your cover.
Nah, but you know what?
And sorry, Eori too. Go ahead.
Sorry, bro.
Y'all see all the stuff we talking about? This is real shit that black man is doing.
Same level of
You know what
dysfunction,
I'm
the
saying?
same
Like,
level of miscommunication, man. It's just that at the end of the day, man, the basis of fucking order solve nearly all fucking problems.
yeah.
Nearly all of them are solved with the fucking minimum level of fucking order.
Yeah. And it's funny, you see a lot of guys who operate like this, who are moving like this. They ain't running around with whack ass hoes trying to fucking scam them and suck off them and grab their money and getting caught up with all kind of whack shit. They ain't out there like that.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna fuck up his money. You're not gonna fuck his game up. He's not letting you get even close to him in which to do such. And that's how and the other brothers they roll with are thinking the same way as him. Because he doesn't even want to be around people that don't think that way. Because you bring those other kind of people around, they bring you problems. They can bring trouble your way. You don't want that.
The best thing you can do is just get the closest brother to you and your family who discipline. Like for me, my son and my brother is the first start. And then and after that, because my brother, I pretty much raised my brother, man. To be honest, now he's 21. And you know how many times I came to and he on the right track, ain't it? Never been in trouble like that. You know what I'm saying? On his way to college and all this other shit. But I realized in my life, for me, they left me to dry. So I refuse to let my brother go through some shit like that. I don't have him on the streets. I don't play that with my brother at all. I make sure he in order. And I let him know, you fuck up, I'm going to knock your teeth out. You know what? My brother is what? Like 6'1". I'm 5'11". But I'm older, you see? And you know what? My brother a decent young man because I get in on his ass. I stay on his ass. You ain't gonna fuck your life up and be like this. You better than that. You ain't no ignorant dumb nigga. That's where we gonna have to start from. Cause you ain't gonna get through to these grown ass niggas on the streets. Trust me. These niggas in YouTube are done. These niggas who talking this game shit are suffering from life. They can talk all that cool shit and try to impress women on here. It's not gonna work.
Well, if you're doing all this shit to impress women, you're a simp. And that's at the end of the day what you are. You're a simp if you're out here trying to impress these bitches because these bitches will then say, oh, that's the hook you using to get me? No problem. I will run over here and take your money, no problem. So, that's the deal. You think you getting some pussy like you getting over? These bitches can I tell you, I was in Brazil one time. I was talking to one of these crazy chicks down there, and she was I ever told you the story. Bitch told me during Carnival in 2 days, 48 niggas. All right, 2 days, 48 niggas. I said, how did you do that? But anyway, it was some crazy shit. But what I'm trying to say is this: if you think these bitches giving up some pussy means something to them, you crazy. They could fuck all day, all night long.
Yep.
That don't shit, right? Name of the game is they want to get close to you to get something from you. And a lot of guys who were smart understand you ain't getting that close. It ain't gonna happen. So you have to sit down and use your head. Now, this is some shit that some of these other game guys who were trying to get, listen, I understand some of this game stuff. If you want to give, a guy who doesn't have confidence and he's socially awkward or whatever, and you're trying to help him get a little gift to gab out there.
I also understand. Oh, sorry.
That's kind of understandable. But you talking about game is life. This is your game, and kind of game niggas. There are people out here guys like myself and others who are out here, who are in business, who are looking around, who are constantly have to have their eye out for somebody trying to game them. You ain't trying to work hard, collect money, and then lose your dough behind bullshit. That's not how this thing works. You ever fooling their money lucky to get together in the first place. So, if you're gonna, make money, move your life forward in a positive direction, you're not going to be doing a lot of dumb shit, and you're going to be very circumspect about the people you have around you. And if you look at more successful people, they tend to have a lot of successful people around them, as opposed to games, succolades, walking around talking bullshit, flashing their life savings on TV, telling on video, telling you how the shit is live. And when you check this out, truly, he's up here living off some bitch. You know what I'm saying? Getting some wealth, money, or whatever. He's doing some raggedy fucking shit, but he's out here, fronting, and that's just where you're at with a lot of this.
I hate these game dudes. I hate them so bad because
don't hate nobody, bro.
I don't hate
these
them.
niggas are brainwashed. They don't know enough. They can't compete. Just realize that.
But there's so many young black men who have died or they can't fix their lives because of this. Like, you don't know how many people, because even though I live near, like, I'm not gonna say, I'll say like close to like Lansdowne in PA. Like, I went to school in Philly, and I've seen like so many young brothers who have so much potential stuff going for themselves who will ruin their whole credit because they decided to take out
life away.
Or finance too much for a car that they can't afford. Or they would sit there and do all this stupid stuff to impress these young birds. And somebody that I actually knew when I was going there in college, but he didn't go to college. I was just hanging around with him, even though he was from the block, because, I was the type of person at the time that was trying to connect with the people, because I didn't live the lifestyle of like a regular black person. No offense. And,
but there's nothing wrong with that, brother. You did it right.
Yeah. And it's just like, often too many times I'll be like, dude, like, honestly, these chicks, like, they were tatted up, they were ratchet. I just never really viewed them as attractive. Now, some of them I was like, oh, they kind of look all right, but it's like I can't deal with it, because for me, it was more of like a class thing. Like, I can't bring that home to my dad or my parents. They're gonna look at me like, are you crazy? Like, they come from the gutter, so why would they want to? Why would they want to kind of bring me back there when I was not born there? I was born in the suburbs, and it was just kind of crazy, because it's like one of the guys I knew, I ain't gonna say his name, but he died like actually about 5 years ago over some shooting beef, because she was a baby mom, and he kept doing that on purpose just to piss off the other guy. And then you end up dying for this bird. And then I still see her from time to time, because I go down to work down there in Center City, Philly. And it was just kind of just like, why would you sacrifice your life for this bird who's just nothing but a baby mom? Like, I hate to make people's lives seem insignificant, but it's like, why?
Man, but look, you know what? That's statistics. She killed 2 birds in 1 stone. The dude who killed him lost his life. Then he killed the brother. So she didn't got 2 brothers out the way. This showed you how potent and fucked up certain black women mentality is.
Man,
this is why I'm telling you, y'all have to realize, like, and look, I'm gonna tell you some shit that's crazy, because like I'm not all that old, but I'm not young. I just made 29. Okay, I'm 29.
You young, dog.
When I was like 20,
you young, bro.
Yeah, no, you young,
man. I'm older, man. I'm a grown man now. You gotta give me.
Oh no. Ain't nobody saying you a baby in diapers.
Yeah,
That's
what I'm saying.
But you young dude with a whole lot ahead of you.
You got.
And I'm trying to make it work now. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make it work 2 more years. I have enough money to put everything in place. Like, I've been disciplined and waiting on, and it took a lot of discipline. Nigga, it took a lot of missing sleep.
Oh, my brother,
not eating what I want. I don't gotta be fresh. I don't gotta do too much. I don't want to hang out. You know what? I'm gonna do the right thing.
Oh, dog, you get ready. You get ready to make me cry up in here. Oh shit, this is what I'm talking about. Motherfucker got me crying up in here, man. Let me explain something to you. That's the
no, we all good. Just know that the manosphere in this space is right. Y'all was right about what y'all said.
Man,
y'all
you talking the real deal. You save that money. You keep sticking to your game plan right now.
It's over, bro. It's over.
You put away 20, 30 grand, which is not that much money.
Try 60.
But you see, you got to understand.
Oh, there we go.
You have a piece of change like that in your pocket, and you sitting on that, fam. You can do shit out here.
Man,
see, next, you bust out there on 7 Square, getting highly butter laid. Then dude's like, how he do this? What he do? What he doing? How he do it? Then, well, nope. I sat back, delayed some gratification, saved my dough, chilled out, got my mind right, got my money right. You know what I'm saying? Kept my overhead low, my savings high. You know what I'm saying? And now you're out here getting ready to get butterlaid. A lot of opportunities. You can buy real estate. There are a lot of things. Get into open up another business. There are a lot of things you can do.
The commercial,
especially now in a market where cash is king.
The commercial space. The commercial space
right now,
a lot of people don't have money. See, now
right now I'm working. See, right now I'm
30,
working on
40, 50, 60 G's.
Yep.
Yeah, but see,
depending on where
right
you are
now,
in this country,
I'm in Chicago with it, and I figured it out from what I think. Look, I figured it out. I give myself another 2 to 3 years as far as really going without. I realized, look, years ago, I took a step back and I said, man, look, you're young. You know what I'm saying? You got a daughter, she's 2. Okay, you got a little regular job. Okay. I said, you know what, Zach? You don't have to drink. That costs. You don't have to smoke. That costs. You don't got to go out and be around this nigga shit. That costs. You don't got to get fresh. No, you going to save your motherfucking money. You going to wait it out. Guess what? If you get bored, nigga, take your ass in your motherfucking house. Go watch TV. Go listen to music. Go lift weights, nigga. Go get in shape, whatever. Go fix something. I started telling myself, I said, this is what black man is missing, bro. Younger black man, because all the guys that you and wacky MOT age, y'all brothers know how to fix shit. There's too many of you brothers who skilled, literally. Because I done learned so much shit off brothers like y'all. Especially you guys, pretty much in y'all age group. Y'all ain't grow up weak like that when y'all ain't know shit. Y'all grew up knowing how to survive and make it, period, as a man. These young brothers don't know a damn thing, and it's not their fault. It's the black woman who raising them. That's part of the problem.
Man.
No daddy in the house. No man in the house.
You see, the she done ran the father away. She done ran the father away. All these black men on their kids. That ain't true. Because I'm one of them. Ain't no man going to be in that position where he ain't getting respect.
You see, this is the thing that bothers me. But brother, you know, hopefully we can get offline. You know, we get offline. You hit me up, man, behind the scenes, man. I want to ride with you because, you know, if you say
I want to ride with you too, bro.
You putting some money away. You know, we got you know, cats like myself. We got to help you talk about this because you know that there's certain things you're gonna be able to do. Right? That's all. Certain things you're gonna be able to do. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But you know, a lot of young brothers that I see, you know, just working on my security company and just dealing with a lot of brothers out here working 2 jobs, 2 or 3. That's what I see more than anything. A lot of brothers out here working 2 jobs.
Yep.
And that's pretty much all I see. And then I hear people talking sideways about how brothers ain't this and brothers ain't that, and how this ain't going on, this ain't going on. This is not what I'm experiencing. And I'm no young boy out here. And I see these guys out here working like fucking dogs around the clock. Brothers working 60, 80 hours a week, 90 hours a week, this kind of stuff. Try to get their game right. That's what a lot of us are doing. Nobody gives these cats credit out here. Nobody talks about them. Everybody come up game bullshit. And there are a lot of us out here doing this.
And even Pookie worked hard for his kids because I was actually when I was still in college, I was working at the diner at the time, you know, in the colleges, you know, those little dining halls. I was actually working there part-time.
You're young, man. That's good for you. You have something coming in.
Yeah.
Your income as a young man. Always have something for yourself. Fuck that bullshit they say. Ain't nobody gonna help us like you gonna help yourself. I tell these young brothers, like I told my brother, I say, save your money, get your shit together. Look, we finna get up. Hey, bro, I'm gonna drop my son off at daycare. My daughter already good, you know what I'm saying? Because my sister, see, this is the thing. My sister, my older sister, me and her, we grew up, you know what I'm saying, in the 90s where we was pretty much raised, I had my granddaddy around, you know what I'm saying? They used to call him Big Time Charlie. This nigga was a motherfucking skills man. He was good at everything, and he kept some motherfucking money. That's a fact. He used to tell me, he used to sit me down and tell me, don't you be like these niggas. You ain't gonna fuck your life up and do what they do. You understand me? Yeah. I learned from that. And I see how my father.
Yep.
Well, you there?
Yeah, but see, look, the issue I ran into is when I did all that, I started realizing the bigger issue that black men are going.
Oh, looks like his mic kind of.
Yeah. Motherfucker try to call me. Look, did the right thing. And guess what? These black women start giving me hell for it. You talking about pay rent, fix shit in the house, take care of the kids, Guess what? I got all the money for the rent. I got all the money for this.
Man, you just don't.
She still trying to fuck me over and disrespect me like I was nothing. But to a nigga who was from jail, who was broke, she told that nigga the truth. That's why I don't fuck with these bitches.
Well, that's why I say you get away from those
black
people.
women. I don't hate black women. I won't put it past them. They full of shit, most of them.
And
they are.
You notice something to go with guys like Zach, with guys like me, guys like you, Wacky. We run on our own energy, bro. We know what the heck is going on out here. You know, it's just like we don't need none of this stuff. Like I tell y'all one thing. I tell Zach this too. Like when it comes to anything that's like commercial or residential real estate, especially the commercial stuff, especially the commercial stuff, they're gonna give these commercial buildings.
Mike is breaking up.
Can you guys hear me or no?
I can hear you clear. You're very clear.
Yeah.
I can hear it. Or is that me? I don't know.
No, I think that's you, bro. I think that's you.
Okay. Go ahead.
What I was saying for Zach and for anybody else who's kind of looking around, right now is the perfect time to basically save your money up and have a complete spending freeze on BS, because in the next probably 6 to 8 months, you gonna see deals like you've never seen before in terms of the real estate market, man. I'm saving every penny and trying to find ways to basically rip things out and sell things that I can basically do, so I can get to 60, 70, 80 grand saved up by like the end of this year. And hopefully, that kind of shit.
Yeah, but see, this is the method I took. I took the method of starting from the bottom. I told myself, okay, all right, you coming from nothing, because I know my father got money, but my father don't deal with my mother and the situation they had, me growing up. And I don't blame him, because I'm a father now. And I know black men go through enough bullshit with these black women. So I don't blame my father for moving on, living in Memphis, got 2 houses out there and living his life, got property up here. I'm still close to him. He don't deal with my mother like that, period. He don't say a motherfucking word. He don't hate her either. He don't play with her at all. And that's a strong brother right there. He let this shit the fuck go. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I'm there with it. Sometimes you could be a chip off the old block, just like my father and my granddaddy. But see, the thing is, even if you do all these things, I'm starting to realize you got some good brothers out here who treat the women right. Take care of business. Do the right thing, and you're still fucking him over. You're still sucking the blood and spending his money. You're still lying and doing all type of stupid shit. Guess what? We have no choice but to leave you bars in the dust. Off with your head.
You know what's crazy? Was that one time, and speaking of this, I was coming back because I took an Uber, because I actually went to a party when I was in university at the time. And it was this black man. And so we was talking to him for a while, because apparently he had an uncle who was working at Vanguard. He owned multiple houses. So he had a rich part of the family. And he also was getting into the process of owning houses, but he was an Uber driver and he was a plumber at the same exact time. So he did both throughout the day.
Yeah.
And then was kind of interesting. He said, "Hey son," he said, "listen, you need to expand your options." And at first I was like, "Wait, what do you mean by that?" And he was like, "Man, don't believe this idea that all skin folk is kinfolk." And I was like, "What do you mean?" So then he was just like, "Hey, you ever wonder how older black men never live past like their wives' like life?" And I was like, "I mean, men just die earlier." And then he was like, "No, it's because they stress them the fuck out." And I'm just like, damn, like even he, like a random Uber driver, was telling me that, like, and I always kind of knew in the back of my mind, especially when dealing with them, I'm like, how come they never seem to like productive men? And every time I was in university, they never like paid me any attention, except for that one time I was with that Korean girl. That's when I was like, "Oh, you're a coon." And that's when Black Lives Matter was really popping at the time. So you can imagine that. So I was the coon of the campus.
Yeah, but look, here it goes. See, this is the reason why a lot of black men in the older days who was dying from stress, or they was dying from cirrhosis on the liver, having heart attacks and strokes, because they in a situation dealing with ungrateful black women that causes stress. Now, stress is a chemical reaction in your body. You have all type of minerals. Your body is made up of everything on this planet. So you have chemical reactions that go on in your body.
It's a hormone called cortisol.
Yeah,
cortisol. Yeah.
Stress go through your bloodstream and they give you blood clots. That's why you have blood clots in your arteries, and that's why niggas have strokes, because they don't have proper blood flow. That come from stressing too much, going through bullshit. Every day you're arguing. Every day you're fighting. This bitch ungrateful. She ain't satisfied. This is the shit that kills black men. You have no choice but to walk away. Period.
No,
That's
I
why
told
They take out your element.
you
get
know
your
what's
money
so
right,
funny?
body right.
You know what's so
All
funny?
same.
Oh, hold on. Let me say something. You know what's so funny, Zach?
Yeah.
And response to what you just said.
Yep.
There's this buddy I know, right? I found out he was way younger than me, but he was older than me, and he was surprised when I told him my age, because a lot of people say I don't look my age, right? He was like,
Yeah.
hey, you know, I told him I'm 35. He's like, hold on, you look like a damn kid. So then he told me, he's like, are you married? I said, no. You have children? No. He said, no wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know what? To the younger brothers out there, protect your seed. I know you brothers young, and I know you're gonna deal with women, whatever, but don't be no fool, man. Don't just get yourself out there, because I'm learning the hard way. Now I'm not on child support, but I'm dealing with other shit like 7 years being with this chick. And I ain't bitter, I'm not hurt. A lot of dudes get that fucked up in his face. Y'all mad at women. Y'all bitter. That's bullshit. We looking at facts. We looking at reality, nigga. Period. It's all about respect and order. I don't give a fuck about being hurt or none of that. I'm a man. Words don't hurt me. The whole thing with me is I'm all about order and standard. 7 years with this chick, 2 kids in. I still try to make it work. I say, you know what? I'm gonna be the bigger man. I couldn't do the disrespect. I couldn't do the being rebellious, and I'm gonna say what I want. Oh, really, bitch? I had to walk away because I don't hit women. I don't want to smack the shit out of her. You understand? So I left. Even though she cheated, I still left. I didn't even get mad because she a woman. Y'all gotta realize this about women too. To you young brothers, because all the older brothers know this. The moment they realize they got them titties and that pussy on them when they like 16, 17, you're gonna realize she a sex machine. So you can't put it past her. You have to understand that she's hot, she's vibrant, she wants attention. She's gonna do anything, even if you meet a good chick. The best thing to do is, especially at the younger brother, like I told my brother, I say it's all about respect. You meet a young chick who respect who you is, she respect your opinions, y'all can have a conversation and communicate. That's the chick that maybe you can consider if she was worth it. But see, those chicks is usually 5s and 6s. So now we see the issue. Pretty much
I'm just
the
going elsewhere at this
attractive
point.
black woman. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The attractive black woman, the attractive 8, 9, and 10, oh, she's gone. She's gonna
And she with
suck and
Brian. She
fuck
with
anyone
Brian
with the
now,
right amount of money.
because she either
Period.
going with the football
Period.
stars,
So
the
you really can't
hip
even
hop
take her
artists.
serious.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
either going
you
with the.
can't take her serious.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it's like then these dudes are trying to convince you to go with these group of women. It's like I'm done, man. I've been dealing with these women this whole entire time, and it's not worth it. I already know that basically, since I'm an IT guy, that basically means WAP. I mean, not even WAP, DAP. You ain't getting nothing out of them. As soon as they hear the word IT, is you corny, you lame, bye. Because they don't.
No,
This
no, no, no. That's what you. No, but look, see, look, listen.
A
This is
lot
your
of brothers in the
this is
IT
your
industry.
combat to that, because I went through that.
No, I was just saying a
Yeah,
lot of
oh
brothers.
yeah. But look, this is your combat to that. This is your combat to that, young brother, because I went through that. Look, this is his combat to that, because I went through that when a chick told me, "Oh, you're an electrician." Yeah, and that's kind of boring. That's nothing. You know what I told her? I said, "Look," I said, "Let me tell you something. How ignorant and dumb you sound. So it's cool to be dumb. It's cool to not know shit, right? What the fuck are you talking about? I'm just saying. I'm used to this."
When this woman said this to you, you actually see. My thing is, I would have just looked at her. I would have looked up and down, and I would have turned my back, and I would have kept on moving as if she was something off the bottom of my shoes. And I hate to put it like that.
No, that's true.
You can't even waste time talking to these people. You will find time is the most valuable commodity you have as the older you get. And you will see, we do waste a lot of time when we're young just because we kind of have it to waste a little bit. But as you get older, you see that that ain't having somebody sitting there telling you you're an electrician and it is boring. Like I'm saying, it's a boring job. It's not the kind of careers that they want to be. They don't want to be with. Get away from these people. Move away from them with
No,
due
I got
speed.
away from her. Look, I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
away
With
from
due
her.
speed.
But
Don't
see,
even talk to him. I hate to say it. Don't even
no,
don't even
no, but
debate
know,
with him.
you know what? You know what? Let me tell y'all something. Nagona's 100% right. But the thing is, this is like this Zach in Dark Space. When if a female tell Dark Space because he's in IT, that's boring or that's a turn off, or a female telling Zach, oh, what you do this, you electrician, that's boring. Let me tell you something. She's fronting, okay?
Thank you.
That's
my whole point right there.
She's fronting. You know what? You know the thing is she realized because of what you guys do for living, she realizes that she's not even in the same playing field that you guys are in, that you way above her level. She knows that, but of course she's not going to admit that, because then she's going to admit that her shit stinks, in which a lot of these so-called black females don't want to admit. So she's trying to make it seem that something's wrong with you. That's what it is. But it's just the fact that she knows that you guys are above her playing field and that she ain't shit. So that's why she sticks to the unproductive brother, because she know that the unproductive brother is the one she can control, because the unproductive brother relies on her. Meanwhile, both you two brothers, y'all intelligent, y'all smart, y'all productive, and she can't control you.
That's why
Bingo.
you walk away from that with Godspeed. Why? You bring that close to you. You bring that close to anything that you hold dear, especially what yourself and your esteem and what you value. She will try.
Let me check my mail.
She will try to destroy.
Go ahead, sir.
She will try to destroy.
Correct, Nagon's correct.
Unfortunately, that's what you will be dealing with. That's why when I say, when you see this, you have to sum it up very quickly, what it is, and move with Godspeed away from it. Move with Godspeed. Move. Do not tarry around that for too long. You get tied up into that, you finish. Trust me.
That's why I'm like,
Pete, don't fail me now.
I'm like, I gotta get away. I gotta get away from this. Cause I'm like, honestly, this culture, like American black culture, right about now, I can't stand it, because
it's
like
not
literally
all of us. It's
not
not all of us. It's a lot of us. It's very few of us. It's very few of us. It's a lot of them.
Let him finish. Let Dark Space finish saying.
I don't mean all, because like I said, like two of my friends are actually tradesmen. Like one is a carpenter, another one is an electrician as well. So not all, but it's like the conversations that we have, the music, the culture, just this lack of accountability, the behavior. It's just like, I can't, especially like social media alone. I can't stand it. It's like, it's nothing but like this fake activism. It's nothing but like these random social media rapper influencers talking about crime all day, but they don't actually do nothing or produce anything. It's like ex Pookie and Ray Rays who get out of prison and become prison scholars, or for the youth all of a sudden when they live the life of BS. I can't. I don't understand why it seems that some random influencer in the hood gets less respect than some guy who, let's just say, is a commissioner, or let's just say is a manager at some job. Like it's just backwards why you just have to be just lazy, or just not productive in order to get respect. Like I just don't understand what is wrong with our community. Like I just don't get it. Like why? I don't get it.
No. There are those who respect it, and you deal with those who do, and you get away from those who don't. That's what I'm saying. When you see people moving a certain way, it's who was talking before. They were saying, that they had their younger brother, was rolling with him, and he's got him straight on the narrow and all that. One of you cats were saying that. I don't know.
That was Zach.
That was Zach.
Yeah. Your younger brother, he sees what's going down, and he sees how you move. He's looking out here and looking at other stuff. He sees how you move, man. He's seeing how you move. So that's why he's rolling with you. He sees how you're moving. And that's how you gotta roll. You gotta roll with people who move like you move, man. Don't roll with folks who will who roll countercurrent to anything you're trying to do, because that's going to be destructive. I had read, I don't know if you guys have ever read Machiavelli, and I bring this up a lot.
Yeah, I have.
Machiavelli, the Prince. And they talked about, leaders, and how do you estimate a leader? How do you estimate a leader? How do you estimate how a man may think, or how, or what's really going on in his mind without ever really talking to him? You might be around him, you see he's a leader, but how do you really estimate how he thinks? What's really on his mind? and without ever talking to him. And what you do is you observe the people he has around him. If he's moving around people who are sharp, doing right things, being very productive, then you have to look at that individual and say he's pretty wise. If you're around people who run around goof offs and guys talking smack and flatterers and dudes talking craziness and out there doing wild shit, but yet he's over here acting like he's a brilliant guy, that guy's pretty much a fool. So you judge in so many ways people in the type of people that they have around them. And that's how you can get the insight into how people think. What kind of people are they around? And that's how, just like you said, your bro looking at you saying, man, big bro, he rolling right, man. I got to do this. Because he sees how you roll. And folks who roll right, these are the kind of people you want to be around. You don't want to be around those who are not thinking properly, not rolling right. And that goes with women. If you go try to be around some female, you want to be around some woman and her game is all out there. She wild and crazy and shit. Go ahead. Fuck with that. See what that's going to get you. In the long run, you're going to get torn out. Brothers who are more circumspect and are in control of their game, they're not going to be around. They're not going to let anyone get around them, who operates differently. That's the whole standards piece we're talking about. And you don't need a lot of game for that. A lot of these women, as you say, they will fire themselves before they get to you. Because they'll say, oh, no, he all stuck up. He this, he that. I ain't going to deal with him. Because they know your standards are there. They're going to fire themselves before they ever get to you. And the ones who are going to come your way are going to be ones who probably going to be more serious because they know you're a very serious man about what you're about. They'll fire. Those other women will fire themselves. They'll fire themselves. And if you're going to run and chase behind these crazy whack hoes, run behind them, and I've seen you've seen some of these women here on in the black space, so some of these women, I'm not gonna mention any names, but y'all have seen some of them out here talking real crazy and all this shit, and brothers running behind them and all that. Ain't no good results coming out of that shit, man. Ain't no good results coming out of that. And so I'm just saying, cats have to start. As you get older, you got to start to think, because the closer you bring these people around, the more dangerous they can become to you. And if you bring them really close to you and you're in some serious shit, it could cost you everything. You have to be very wise about what you're doing out here. And and that's really all I have to say. We've been talking how to judge and estimate, but the best way to keep your game the safest is by having great standards, high standards, and sticking to them and not coming off of them. And not just letting any old get around you. Because that could be dangerous. And I don't know why brothers don't seem to understand this, but they seem to pay heavy prices for this because they don't listen to that. They don't follow it, and they pay unnecessarily so. And I just don't want to see that happen to these brothers out here. And most of these women are beneath you. I'm sorry to say it. Most of these women are beneath you. Sorry, but that's the truth.
Yeah. And you'll really find out. You'll really find out how these females are beneath you when you guys turn my age and they have like 3, 4, 5, 6 different baby carriages looking at you. They want you to be stepdad number 7. And you're like, oh no.
You damn right.
Oh no.
You damn right, bro.
Oh no. Because I've been getting that once I hit like 30. Once I hit like 30, I'm just seeing all these females trying to come back in my life. I'm like, stay away. Go that way, not here. No.
Oh, I experienced that. Oh yeah, it'll be the same chick where I sit there and after they realize I graduated school and I got my first entry level job, they all of a sudden
you'll experience that some more when you get older. Oh,
then they're gonna try to jump in there and see how they can get into your resources. Oh, you making money now? Oh, you doing right?
Oh man, don't.
Well, game should help. Game should help me there. So hopefully, game will.
Yeah, game will help you. So I mean, the game is as soon as you see them, you move in the opposite direction. You just keep them. Hey, how you doing, girl? You all right? How your mama doing? Yeah, man. How your daddy feeling? Okay, that's real good, baby. See ya, and keep it moving. Just keep it moving. Don't even get emotional. There's nothing to be emotional about. Just keep it moving. Don't even waste time with them. Because the minute you let them get their hooks into you, you finish. I see all kind of dudes getting torn out in the frame, man. And a lot of these cats have money. Look at the rapid future these guys running around getting torn out in the frame by sucker later hoes, 50 G's a month and all this kind of craziness. What?
Jesus.
How these guys letting this happen? 50 G's a month to some sucker later. Oh, what, are you kidding me? This is the worst. This is ill. This is ill.
Baby mom.
Baby, I mean, dudes, how y'all letting this go down? It's just, I'm beginning to find some of this stuff as being insane. You have to be thinking out here, you just have to be thinking. A lot of these chicks are out here and they hungry now. So, they hungry. You got a good job out here.
Yeah, especially after they just, because I heard that they put a cap on that website called OnlyFans. They put a huge cap on that. So now it's like they cut their earnings in like half. Like it's almost impractical to be on there unless you're like already a celebrity.
Oh,
so that's
yeah,
another
that's
thing.
cool.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
they can't make that easy money, so they got to get it somewhere. And these guys, these dudes, man, if you got money,
man,
you can be separated from your money very easily. That's all I'm saying. You're working hard, you can be separated from it easily. And these women coming in, a lot of these women are crazy. They look good though, big fat ass, big titties. And next thing you know, they putting their hooks into you, and they don't give a fuck about you. They're just looking to see what can I get to keep my shit going. And that's where a lot of them are coming from.
Yeah, they're gonna go around you dressed extra sexy, bend over right in front of you some more. Excuse me, let me get that. Bend over, do all sorts of tricks to you. Uh-huh.
And a lot of cats are being taught game to run up on these hoes, to run you into them.
Exactly.
What? No. I'll pass. I'll pass on that, fam. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
one thing I'll tell Dark Space is pay attention to how Deion Sanders kind of ran his stuff really early. Like, it was all about him all the time. It was all about him all the time. Like, so, I remember being a young kid, and he put out a song where it's called Must Be the Money. And he's talking about like how all these people are treating him all kind of way because he's got money and he's got whatever he needs to do. Once you basically do your thing, bro, that's what's going to happen to everybody. Everybody that basically pushed you off, said dirty things about you, whatever, when you come in doing your thing, bro, looking good, feeling good, acting good, playing good, it's over for everybody, man. It's over for everybody. And, I watched The Last Dance like a week ago. And for everybody, that's a great documentary to watch. And there's a scene in there where Michael Jordan says, I was tough because I decided really early that if people weren't going to live up to the standards that I played this game with, I was either going to force them to live up to that standard or they were going to be off the team, because 90% of these people don't know what it takes to actually win. And if they've got a problem with that, they don't got to play with me, and they don't got to play that way. Right? And that's the whole thing, man. Like, if people are not there to do things your way, they got to go. You gotta put them in prison, man. You gotta put them in mental prison where you ain't never gonna fuck with them.
That's what I'm saying. That's it, bro. Oh, boy, you talking a mouthful right there. Right there that's where the standard really come through, and that's what really starts to. It just it separates the wheat from the chaff. That's why having standards. You don't have to have crazy super high standards where you're saying this chick has got to be XYZ, but you have fundamental basic standards that are immutable. That are immutable. Most of these people will fall to the wayside. They'll fall to the wayside, man.
Yes, they will.
They're gonna fall to the wayside. That's why we talk about standards here all the time. And a lot of guys, they put their whole life into just fucking with pussy. And that's why they have all these problems. You know, that's why they have these problems, man. You know, and we all have to go through some of these issues. You know, he had very high standards. You know, he talked about playing ball and all that. But I saw when he got married, and he had one of his wives tried to tear him out the frame. You know, he divorced her, was living in one section of the house, and she was in another section, and all kind of craziness. Just you know, he bought a muskrat into his crib. You know, she tore him out. You know, she tried to tear him out. Got rid of that, and to move on. You know, I mean, this is what you see. You know, you see so many of us go through this shit. And people say, well, it's all, it's about money. No, these guys who have a lot of money, these women come and do the same shit. So, you know, you have to really look at what you're dealing with and being very realistic and having high standards and keeping your standards high and definitely not, falling off of them and letting these sucker laid bitches roll up on your shit. It will cost you a lot. And there are too many guys out here who have just paid too high a price for this. Prices that are not worth it. They're not worth it.
Yes, sir.
They're not worth it. It's just not worth it. And that's why you see a lot of cats my age. That's why you see a lot of cats my age who are older. Man, appreciate it. Thank you, man. But a lot of cats my age now, older. Nah, man. Money I have, that's to the side. I'm really, I think more now for my kids and my grandson, that's who, my grand, that's who I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about no hoes. I'll throw you a little bone, baby, every now and again. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck up out of here. Really, that's about it. We may do a dinner or something, but I'm not. You're not getting caught up in my. I'm not letting you get caught into my shit. The kind of money I lost behind dealing with the ex-wife and all that. Nah, man. And I knew better, but I still made that move anyway, and I knew better. Can't ever get me like that again. I've been engaged 3 times, and I ain't made the move yet. I've been engaged 3 times, and I don't think I'll be getting engaged again. I don't think so. But 3 times, I ain't doing that shit no more, man. And last one some years ago, and I ain't going back. Ain't going back to it, And I'm just saying, don't lose your mind. Don't lose your mind, and don't lose your money.
Don't lose your mind. Don't lose your money.
With that, guys, I bid you guys a good night or a good morning, wherever you guys are at.
What's up, baby? What's going on, Wacky? What's going on, man?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go, brother. But it was great speaking with all you guys. This was a good.
Yeah, same here.
Appreciate you, big dog.
Most definitely, Yori. Appreciate you guys too. Appreciate Man of Tomorrow, Nagone, Zach, Dark Space, and all the brothers in the chat. But anyhow, before I forget, I said it in the chat, I'm gonna say it again on the panel. Rest in power to Chadwick Boseman. It's a shame. He passed away at the young age of 43.
43.
Yeah. So
wow.
Have a fight with stage 4 colon cancer.
Yeah. And then he got COVID too. He got COVID.
Oh yeah. Once you get stage 4 colon cancer and COVID. Yeah.
That's it.
So our health is very important also. Our health is very important. But anyhow,
man,
great panel, great discussion. So you guys stay strong, stay positive. May the Most High bless you more with whatever endeavors that you guys have, or whatever endeavors that you got, whatever more endeavors that you guys plan on having in the future. So anyhow, good night.
Appreciate it. Later, Thank you so much.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Same here, man. I'm gonna have to get out here in a little bit too. So, anybody got any last word before they get up out of here?
No, man. I mean, I pretty much said everything.
I appreciate you having me on MOT.
Appreciate you, MOT. Like always, bro. You know how it is.
MOT, appreciate it. I wish I got here a little early. I got a little tied up before, but
no problem, man.
Appreciate you.
We always appreciate you, Nagone. You know how it is.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, man.
Yeah, Nagone, man. I got you, man. I'm at the fuck with you, player. I got you.
Yeah. Hit me up, email me. I'm in Nagone3@gmail.com, and hit me up, man. Let's rap a little bit, brother, because you you on point, you on game, you on your mission, and we definitely want to see you on it. I know you're gonna stay on it, but give me some good advice.
I'm just staying focused and making it work, man. But appreciate it,
Man,
MOT. Good discussion, man. Good to you brothers in here, and that's what I like about this space right here. This unity. This is real life shit. This is what I like right here.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
All right, cool, man.
Keep up the good work, Zach. Without a doubt.
Yeah, Zach. Yeah. Keep it up. Keep killing it, man. And MOT.
And Dark Space, I'll be subscribed to you like as soon as I'm off here, bro.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Dark Space. Yeah, man. So I'm about to get up on your channel too, fam. Check you guys out. You guys are killing it here. I have to say there's a lot of good stuff going on. We get a little heated sometimes in our conversations with people, but the name of the game, this is all trying to make brothers better, man. Let's definitely keep our minds right, because I tell you, it's tough to keep your minds right out here in the middle of all this. And brothers, we deal with a lot of stress, we deal with a lot of craziness, but we really have to stay on point, because you can see out here, you cannot make certain little mistakes for us cost us everything. So little is big, and we just have to really be on top of our game and be smart about how we move about out here in this life. And those who are smart and are careful are going to do well, and those who are not, unfortunately, there's going to be tremendous mishaps and may even cost you your life. So let's stay on top of our games, and let's sharp brothers. Let's keep talking to sharp brothers, man. So we got to do. You guys have a great night, man. And
you too, brother.
Man, love you, Cat.
All right. And,
much love to everybody. Much love to you, MOT. Thanks for having us.
No problem. No problem. That's for the stream. We're talking about a high value man. This term is being thrown around because it's about what other people can get out of this shit. Nah, man, you should be high value for yourself, and it's about your quality of life, not what everybody else can get out of your quality of life. Make sure that you're not trying to repeat these processes out here that have not worked with no proof. And just make sure that you just have a better quality of life for yourself, because you're going to have better outcomes, but it's not going to involve all the people here who's looking forward to benefiting off of your outcome. And what you need to do is just worry about yourself. Those people that had their chance is over. And a lot of people are depending on you to come back to bail them out or even help them out of their situation. And that's just not why you're here. That is not part of your path, is handing this stuff off to people who never respected you in the first place. And you have to build up the kind of antibodies and self-esteem from people who's going to try to emotionally try to get in your head and try to take you off your actual path and make your path their path. I'm just telling you this straight up, man, that they came here, they tried to ruin alpha and beta, came up with this, it's always something to turn it from male accomplishment to female validation. And this high value male shit ain't nothing but another version of that shit. And you just got to know that these people are going to try to ruin and destroy everything that they get their hands on, if it's not pointed toward the goddamn pussy, which is don't need to be pointed in the first place. I don't give a fuck about what y'all do with y'all time outside of my space. I just know how the fuck we gonna act here within my space. I have no interest in talking to game niggas and all that kind of shit or stupid motherfuckers. I'm out of that business. Mm-hmm. So I want to thank y'all for coming through and spending time on my space here and having these positive conversations. This is what this shit's about. All right, man. I want to thank everybody in the chat for sticking around for this long. Rest in peace, like Chadwick Boseman, man. That took like a lot out of me, man. Cause man, there is a lot of motherfuckers like in my personal life and like real life that have died this fucking year, and we still are not out the fuck of 2020 yet. Oh my God, dude, we're not even made to September yet, man.
I know.
Yeah, and I just. No wonder why they was trying to replace that dude in Black Panther, and they've been talking about this shit for like 2 and 3 fucking years. And the reason why is because this motherfucker was battling that fucking colon cancer shit.
Right.
Wow. But that's the way the shit goes, man. You don't get to choose when your ass go out.
That's right.
You know, especially something like colon cancer, man. Like a lot of men need to go get checked for that shit too, man. It don't take that long, and that shit can sneak up on your motherfucking ass. So I want to thank everybody for coming out. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you already haven't. My man, tomorrow, you guys have a really nice night.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much.
All right, later, man.
All right, bro.